Would you take him back on the Patriots right now? If he picked up the phone?
Yes.
You'd have to get rid of Mike Vrabel.
No. Yeah. Maybe.
Vrabel's going to kick.
I love them both. This is like picking your mom, picking your dad. Or it's like picking your dad or picking your older brother. You love them both. But,
Vrabel is your older brother.
In this scenario, yeah.
Okay.
But Bill Belichick is, the reason
it's Papa.
The family is here.
Yeah.
He's the reason Vrabel's here. He's the reason I'm here.
But what about the fact that your younger half-sister is dating your dad?
Families are complicated, man. Like every family's different. Every family's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with these things in-house.
On today's part of my take, football is back. We had Thursday night football. We're going to talk Eagles, Cowboys. We also have our first weekend preview of the year, which was great. We get into every single game. We got stupid stats, dumb thoughts, even dumber bets. And then we're going to have some experts on. We have Eli Manning in studio, Howie Long, and then we have Fyre Fest. And we might have a new challenge going with Fyre Fest. So before we get to all of that, DraftKings Game On. Week 1 starts now, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Every touchdown could hit big. Don't just watch the game when you can win with it. DraftKings Sportsbook brings the unmatched intensity of the NFL straight to your fingertips, whether you're backing the first touchdown score, hitting anytime TD props, or riding the thrills of live in-game betting. Every play is packed with possibility. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, get $300 in bonus bets instantly, plus grab over $200 of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE to get $300 in bonus bets instantly. When you bet $5, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE to get $300 in bonus bets instantly. When you bet $5, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Friday, September 5th, and football is back.
We made it. I'll tell you what I told the guys when I drove in this afternoon. After we left, came back to watch the games. I've never driven home from the hospital with a baby, but my drive into work before we were watching the first opening game of the NFL, I felt like that was my own personal drive home from the hospital with a baby. I was terrified. I was driving so carefully. I was like, what if I get into a crash and die before football season starts? I'm just so glad that it's here.
It's beautiful.
It is.
I had a pep in my step all day. This is Christmas morning for guys like us. This is a holiday, and the Eagles are 1-0 after a wild start to the football season. We had opening kickoff, injury cart comes out for an Eagles player on special teams, and Jalen Carter gets ejected from the game without taking a snap after spitting on Dak Prescott. Which was in return to Dak Prescott spitting on the ground in front of Jalen Carter, which I know someone here, well, two people here, both in the booth, thought Jalen Carter acted in self-defense. Zach said that you have to do – what was your exact take, Zach?
I think that a second spit is self-defense.
Self-defense. Max, how are you feeling about the spit?
I was very mad about the spit at first because, it's convenient that the NFL took, 3 hours to show the initial spit from Dak Prescott because of the beloved Cowboys of the NFL media.
I like this. I like this.
So, yeah, no, it was 3 hours of everyone saying Jalen Carter, Georgia, bad guy. We were waiting for this to come out. What a piece of shit Jalen Carter is. And then we found out it was it was a retaliation spit.
It was
Max,
self-defense.
I got a question. Who said Jalen Carter, Georgia, bad guy?
Well, people say that about Georgia guys.
Well, I have one example.
What?
Brandon Walker said that.
Oh, did he?
And it's very interesting, too, because where did Brandon go to college?
Mississippi State.
Where did Dak go to college?
Mississippi State.
That's interesting to me. I thought that was that was a fun part of the night.
Did he say anything about Dak spitting towards him first?
No, I asked him for comment. Otherwise, I have to assume that Mississippi State is a pro spitting on people university, and I still haven't heard from Brandon Walker, who is the most famous alumni of Mississippi State. I thought when I first saw it, first of all, credit to Jalen Carter. That was a nice loogie he hocked up.
Yeah, I thought it was gum.
Yeah, it looked like gum. It was it looked like it was globule. It looked like it was like a different color.
It looked like maybe it had like maybe a salt packet in his water right before.
Yeah, like he had that one loaded.
Yeah, little Skittles.
Like instead of going out into the field and watching the banner being unfurled, maybe he was just in the tunnel just hawking it up so he's ready.
Because the one thing worse than getting ejected for spitting on an opponent before you even take a snap in the NFL season would be getting ejected for spitting on an opponent before you take a snap in the NFL season and having the spit not really be good.
Yeah, it was a great spit.
We all can agree that was a manly spit.
It was a manly spit. Well, men don't spit on people. Men spit. They spit to the side or they spit into Mountain Dew bottles and then they leave them on desks.
I did. That's true. I did like it became a tough guy contest online where it was like go up to someone and spit on the ground in front of them and see how quickly you wake up. It'll be in the hospital.
Try that in a small town.
It's like, okay. So if someone wants to spit on the ground in front of me, I'll probably be like, sorry, I don't want any trouble here, sir.
All right, so my initial reaction when I just saw the Jalen Carter, number one, great loogie. Number two reaction was Dak should have punched him. Or maybe a lineman.
But that makes sense.
I would like to see a lineman have his back and step in. But even if you know that Dak spit at them, if Jalen Carter spits and it hits your quarterback, to me, that shows a fraction of the Dallas Cowboys team. Mm-hmm. That line, it's like when you get sacked and no one helps you up.
If Jerry Jones was still alive, he would not let this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones seeing in the box, he was melting in his seat.
Jerry Jones tries to spit, just all his teeth come out.
Jerry Jones looked like when you leave a candle unattended for a while and you come back, you're like, oh fuck, oh shit, I got like a quarter of the candle left, and he's sitting in the owner's suite with a Pepsi, with his eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jerry Jones right now.
He's scouting. So
it's a candle in a suit.
When I saw that Dak spat first, then my reaction shifted to Dak can't cry for getting spat on if he's the one that started it.
Yeah, he started it.
So Jalen Carter should not have spat onto Dak. He should have directed his spit on the ground in front of Dak.
Well, and more than anything, like take out the spit. The fact what happened is the Eagles' defense in the first half was just getting gashed, and so was the Cowboys. The Cowboys' defense looked so bad in the first half. I don't think they touched Jalen Hurts. He was scrambling all over the place, hitting everyone. That first half was like pretty much perfect football from both sides. I think there was maybe one or two incompletions. Then the second half started. Eberflus, I hate to say it, made some good adjustments on defense. They got after Jalen Hurts a little more, and then the lightning delay happened and the game basically ended.
Yeah, after they came back, I think it was after the delay that Hurts hit Dotson, or was that before?
That was
before.
They didn't score a point after the delay.
That was a great pass by Jalen Hurts. He was also awesome with his feet. He was perfect in terms of like figuring out when to run, where to run, when to get down. He wasn't getting hit even when he was running.
Yeah.
He was sliding perfectly. It was a great game by Jalen Hurts. But I do have a question for you, Max. You know I care about the relationship deeply between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. Are they okay?
We've asked this question many a time on this show.
I don't think we have.
It took about 4 hours with the lightning delay for him to get his first target.
Yeah.
We've asked this question many a time.
Are they okay with each other?
You asked him that question directly.
I just want to make sure.
What did he say? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh. That was really good restraint,
that was
Max.
restraint. That
was
really good. That was restraint.
Max,
if we lost that game, it would not have been the same story.
After 3 years of asking Max the same question after every Eagles game, he's finally learned a little bit. But
that was an incredible breakthrough.
I know that was.
If we're your therapist, we're like, hey, we really did something today.
I
we
do
really
think
found something.
If we asked him it like 5 more times, he would get mad.
Yeah.
But this is good that you recognize what's going on.
Yes.
So,
CeeDee Lamb, by the way, that was the game. That drop, not the last drop, because that was a hard catch to make, and that's like a 50-50. He could have made he has made those catches. Mm-hmm. The one before, though, Dak made a perfect pass to what it was like the 25-yard line. CeeDee Lamb just right in his hands.
I actually thought Dak played pretty good tonight.
Yeah, Dak looked good. Like we kind of forgot what Dak looked like because it had been a while, and he wasn't really good last year, and then he got hurt. He looked pretty good. The Cowboys, I feel like, are going to be in some games with their offense, but man, CeeDee Lamb, that you got to catch that.
Yeah,
you have to catch that.
Yeah, as a whole, the Cowboys didn't look as bad as a lot of people were expecting him to. Because the entire story for the last 2 months has just been Micah Parsons, and he's a really, really good player. And his absence, I think you could say, was probably felt tonight.
Yeah, they found something in the second half, and obviously the Eagles had some offensive line injuries. I think Landon Dickerson left the game, and that definitely you could feel that. But before that, even the Cowboys defense bowed up a little, and they played a lot better. Max, are you worried at all about the secondary?
Yes, secondary looked really bad. Adoree Jackson, he's going to be a guy that I say his name a lot this year, and I can tell that already. And even the rest of the secondary didn't look great. Like, CD was winning every single battle, no matter who we put at him, and it wasn't really close. That I'm going to chalk up a little bit to nobody played in preseason. You can play that card for, I think you get like 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks of like, all right, we had a late run in the playoffs last year. Nobody played in preseason. You got to get back into the flow of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Adoree Jackson, I mean, he looked like he didn't know how to play football.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Big Dom. Great job escorting Jalen Carter off the premises. Mm-hmm. It was a nice calming presence. He was talking him down. I wish that they should mic Big Dom up.
They should for those moments.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Max. He was a real team player. He turned his back for the unveiling of the banner because the team didn't watch it, so he didn't want to watch it. That's how you do it.
I stand in solidarity with my squad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm basically part of the team.
Max, I have a question for you that popped in my head today because we had Fred Smoot in the office. We were doing Pro Football Show, and he said the Eagles have the best roster in the NFL. Do you take offense to that? I was thinking about it. I think I'd take offense to that.
Well, he probably says it. He
just said the Eagles have the best roster in the NFL. But whenever someone says that, they're basically saying the guys on the paper look awesome. They have to still be awesome. You know what I mean? It's
but
like
yeah, they just won the Super Bowl. So like
saying you're the best team is different than saying you're the best roster.
But they just won the Super Bowl.
I agree.
So
I'm saying so you take offense to it.
No, I don't take offense. The only reason I would take offense to that is if he was bringing down Jalen Hurts.
Got it.
I would.
That's when I take offense. Is when people.
I see. Mm-hmm.
I would maybe take offense to it after a few months of the season, but before kickoff, it's like if you say that, that's really all you talk. You can just talk about the roster.
Yeah, but they are the best team in the NFL. They won the Super Bowl. But they're also the only team that's 1-0.
If you were to say that after a year that they disappointed in the playoffs, then you could take offense to it.
Got it.
But after a year that you just won the Super Bowl and you say you're the best roster, it's like okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
If so facto.
You have definitely one of the best rosters, but tonight you didn't have the most electric player on the field, and that was once again George Pickens.
Yes.
I can't get enough of George Pickens.
The clothesline.
George Pickens' clothesline was incredible. There were a couple plays where he just decided he was going to walk because he knew he wasn't getting the ball. A couple great catches that he had. And then right afterwards, you do the thing, you scream at the TV, like, somebody get up with George and bring him back to the huddle immediately because he's going to get another penalty.
Yeah.
He is the most entertaining player in the NFL to watch.
Yes, I'd agree. It's you said it during the game. The all 22 just on George.
Yeah.
Just George Cam locked in. All right, other things real quick because we have our weekend preview. We have a lot of show coming up. Do we think anything? What do we think about Kawhi? Kawhi and Ballmer.
I think
Pablo Torre found out that Kawhi Leonard was maybe working for a fake tree company.
Well, it's a real company that then
went bankrupt.
That then went bankrupt under premise of a fraud investigation, and Steve Ballmer allegedly invested a bunch of money in this company, which then allegedly was funneled directly to Kawhi Leonard. The company is a tree planting company. Basically, I listened to the podcast. It sounds like the company was invented so that Hollywood celebrities who feel guilty about their private jets can cut a check to a company that says,
it's actually genius.
We're going to take this money and go plant 1 billion trees with it. So don't worry, Miss Swift. You can fly anywhere you want. And then it turns out they just never checked in on the trees that were being planted. So we don't know if trees ever. It was just a check that you could write to feel better.
And Kawhi never did anything for him. A no-show job. Did you hear this one?
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi Leonard had a no-show job for a tree company. I thought his no-show job was playing basketball in the playoffs.
That's good. I like that. That's James Harden's.
Oh, man.
I took exception with a lot of the Sopranos memes that were going around.
Yeah.
Because it was all the picture of the guys at the construction site. Those weren't the no-show jobs. You have to show up to sit down. Those were the no-work jobs.
It had to be an empty chair.
Yes, the no-show jobs, you got to stay at home.
The one with the Pine Barrens was good, though.
Yeah, that was great.
It was Kawhi and Steve Ballmer showing Pablo Torre the trees.
By the way,
I will say that Steve Ballmer is handling it correctly in the fact that he's completely on the offensive. He went on SportsCenter tonight.
Mm-hmm. I
did read someone basically spelled it out. Some NBA writer was like, we don't really know what happened here, but the idea that a company that markets with the team would also have a marketing deal with their biggest star is very common in the NBA.
Yes.
So like that part is common. The fact that this company basically looked like a fake company, that part is what's like, what's going on here?
And the part that Kawhi did zero work. I think maybe he might have signed like 5 pictures.
I saw there was a
for
happy
$28
birthday.
million.
It was a happy birthday Kawhi tweet from like 2023, and it was like from the Clippers account, and it was like sponsored by Aspiration. What is it?
Aspire, I think.
Aspire, yeah.
We gotta start one of those companies.
I know. This actually is a genius idea to just prey on a bunch of celebrities who feel guilty.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I know I was a little critical of Pablo Torre with the Bill Belichick reporting, and I know Bill Simmons was too, but I kind of love it. And I'm sure this was his plan the whole time, but it feels like after Bill Simmons came after him, he's like been like super spite reporting.
Well, he's
really
on top good at what he does.
He's on top of everything.
Yeah. Pablo he's become the number one. Do not pick up this guy's phone call.
Yeah.
If he's calling you or if he invites you on his podcast, you should pack up. You should have go bag ready, and you should flee to Bahrain.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know how you guys feel, but when I saw this report, and let's say it went down exactly what Pablo Torre is saying, that like this was a shell, a fake company, and this was a way to circumvent the cap. I was like, God damn it. I wish my owners did that.
Yeah.
Like, Jerry Reinsdorf would never do that. And if you're a Clippers fan, you should be like, yeah, that rocks.
Yeah, this is what you want. Would you rather have Donald Sterling?
Yeah.
Or a guy that will break the law to help you win?
A guy who's like, I pay you hundreds of millions of dollars, but guess what? I want to pay you even more.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Is that a crime? Maybe. I don't know. Don't answer that. Do you think this happens in other sports, Big Cat?
Yes. I think it happens in all sports, everywhere.
Yes, I agree.
Not baseball.
Not baseball. There's no salary cap.
That's a good point.
Sorry for the actually. I don't know.
No, you're right.
Max, that was a
great point.
Actually, Max, that was a great actually.
Great point.
It does not happen in baseball. By not having a cap, they took away all the incentive to do that. I was thinking like NFL, like if there's ever been a star quarterback that took a series of team-friendly deals, hometown discounts, and maybe they had some sort of side arrangement in their location.
It's a side arrangement, a multi-hundred-millionaire wife?
No, but that would be a very, very convenient reason for him to not take those big deals.
It's good cover.
Great cover.
I got a question, and this is why. So I believe Pablo Torre is reporting because he's very good at it. The only reason that I'm like, this doesn't fully add up is maybe this doesn't make sense, but doesn't Bitcoin exist so that you can send people money without anyone tracing it?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just what's happening in every team?
It's all on the chain.
But wouldn't that be how everyone's doing this right now? Like, I think that every team probably is doing this, and aren't they just doing it with Bitcoin?
I mean, all you would have to do, he would have to start Kawhi Coin, and then Steve Ballmer would be like, I'm going to buy a shitload of Kawhi Coin anonymously.
But wouldn't you, like, that would be the least shocking news ever if a bunch of owners got somehow exposed for sending Bitcoin to their star players?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Or if a player was going to star in a movie, like if it was a live action / animated movie about basketball and cartoon characters, and then moved to LA where it was being funded, and then all the money gets intertwined, and then that guy becomes a producer on that movie.
And he also gets a piece of the ownership of the Lakers.
That would be, I would keep my eyes on something like that.
I would keep my eyes on something like that. All right, last thing I had before we get to our preview. Boys, you want to say anything about the The bloodbath that occurred on Wednesday?
Yeah, MySpace Tom was a great pick.
It was one of the worst picks.
No, it's a great pick.
Ever.
Listen, it's a great pick. Sometimes great shots don't always go in. You get unlucky. Bad bounce. I'd
rather go 0-3 than 2-1.
Yeah, so Max and Memes won Mount Rushmore season or finished second, going 3-0, full sweep. PFT and Hank will do the spray tan with the frosted tips and the puka shell the pop collar and the cargo shorts or pants after Thanksgiving. We're
gonna look good.
Justice was served, I guess.
Yeah,
Duel is just.
Yeah,
I'm okay with the result. I will abide by it. It is kind of weird that it happened so early. Like West Coast listeners didn't even get a chance to vote in the poll. I'm not going to dispute it. I'm just pointing. I'm just.
We have to do another duel.
So the reason we did that,
I'm stating a fact.
but we recorded that on last year. We posted the poll as it was going on, so that there was no bias for the listeners.
Right.
We couldn't do that this year because we had you guys had a poker tournament, so we recorded that on Monday. So it would make no sense for us to post the duel before we even announced that we were doing a duel. So we had to do it.
Yeah, it was. By the way, that is a very funny wrinkle to all this. We had a very chaotic week with travel. We came in on Monday at like 4:30 and recorded basically everything from 4:30 till midnight. So we did our entire argument, and then we took a break, and then we did the duel.
Yeah.
It was like back to back, all in the same moment.
Yeah, and then we went home, slept for a little bit, and then got on a plane together and had a great time.
And then I like woke up and I saw a bunch of people like tweeting like, "This is so dumb. Why are you arguing about this?" I'm like, wait, didn't we do the? Oh yeah, that's tomorrow that the Mount Rushmores come out.
I'd forgotten too. Again, I'm not disputing the poll is final. We all agreed to it. It's just I feel bad for the listeners on the West Coast.
I might get spray tan.
Didn't get a chance to vote.
I mean, it wasn't close, so.
No. Yeah, it was ball don't lie.
Yeah.
It was ball don't lie.
Also, congrats for winning money in poker.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I found out what a straight was.
Yeah. You were a shark.
I think I am a shark at poker. I nailed every read that I had of everybody at the table. I was able to like look through them, and I knew what they were doing. I just didn't know that an ace could be high or low.
Yeah.
Which is something that they teach you day one.
No, I was saying to someone as the poker tournament was going on, because they're like, how do you think PFT's doing? I was like, he's in the perfect spot right now because he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's smart enough to be able to like figure out everyone else.
Yeah.
So the cards don't really matter for him.
Well, they did a little bit because
they did, but like you were more reading body language than the cards.
Like if I think I got a pair of twos or a pair of threes at one point, and I had no idea if that was a good hand or
yeah, you weren't playing percentages. You weren't like, oh, the pot is this, and I have this.
Yeah.
I have a percentage on this.
There's too much math in poker for me.
Way too much.
I would like to play again, though.
Yeah. We should do it again. By the way, last thing. Hank.
No.
Huge night of tennis for you. You were locked into the tennis.
Well, yeah, we got in the Gambling Cave. Football is back. Honestly, hand up, I just assumed there was going to be college football on because usually there is on Thursday.
Yeah, they give it up on the opening night.
So there wasn't. There was tennis on 2 TVs, and I bet the Eagles alternate spread because I thought they were going to blow them out. Jalen Carter went out. This Cowboys scored right away, and it was like, all right, that's a loser.
Right.
So let's jump in on some tennis. Did a two-person parlay. So I won the first one with Sabalenka, and then I've been Osaka. I've been watching tennis for 6 hours just to lose. I'm done with women's tennis.
I got a question for you.
Done.
So it's the U.S. Open. It's our major. There were 2 Americans in the the semifinals. Surely you bet on both Americans.
I bet on the 2 people I know. Sabalenka's electric, and I like Osaka. She's got a good personality, good story.
And you thought Osaka might have been American.
Well, she moved when she was 3. She speaks. I've watched a lot of her interviews. Like I know.
Yeah, but the flag.
Yeah, there's the flag. It's on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Osaka. She choked. She absolutely choked.
Doesn't she date someone famous?
She has a kid with, what's his name? YD Corday? YM Corday?
Zach,
So
tap
YB
you in.
Corday, yeah.
Zach, give us a grunt first.
A grunt?
Yeah.
Tennis grunt?
Yeah. Women's tennis grunt. Wait, go again. Wait, Zach, go ahead. Who is this?
Oh, it's YB and Corday.
YBN Corday.
Who is that?
R&B singer / rapper.
Okay, finish us off with a grunt.
That's good.
Nice.
Hank, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I've been noticing a lot of clips going viral on X.com, the Everything app, and they're taken from the point of view of a streamer, like somebody with one of those backpacks like Donnie has that walks around. Have we gotten to a point where now people are pretending to be streamers just so that they can put out videos that look like they're streamers and try to go viral with those? You know how like people make fake podcasts and then they post those to their Instagram, so it looks like they're being interviewed on a podcast.
Yes, and Zach can attest to this. They also hire like clippers, they're called, to just clip their streams and spam them on social media, so it looks like they have fan accounts.
Yeah.
But it's not really fan accounts.
Okay.
It's just like
Can we get some clippers?
Because I was thinking,
Or is that just FSU
that's
Brando?
the memes.
Oh.
We have like 2.
And
or
shout out
3.
FSU Brando.
but anything that's filmed in whatever resolution that is, I don't know how many frames per second or whatever, we should start doing those videos that we just set up ourselves and be like, oh shit, Big Cat crashed out hard.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I don't
Like
know
in,
what else they say.
in the gambling cave.
Yeah.
They just always like lie in the original captions to pull the like viewer in. Like you'll
Yeah.
see one clip and then just 10 different descriptions for
Oh,
it.
I get got
Yeah.
by those all the time.
Big Cat pressed Nikki Smokes, but then Nikki crashed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put that in the somewhat good ideas file.
Zach, didn't you used to be one of those people?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I used to run clip accounts all the time.
For who?
You guys?
Oh.
So
I thought you meant before.
No,
no.
before. Oh, I could have swore that you told me before.
I got there were different genres, but these were the big ones.
What genres
these
are we
would
talking
play
about?
Just all the streamers because they used to
Like
they have
what kinds?
Is,
So they-
is that
they
what
do Discord-
basically got you in the first interview with Gruden?
the Barstool clip accounts is how I got to the in-person interviews. But like the original meta is like they put together these Discord communities. So like a streamer would be like, hey, I'll pay you out this much money for this amount of views. You just join the Discord and like once a month they'd pay out if you like got good views on the clips.
Okay.
They pay a lot.
What types of streamers though?
Just whoever's usually IRL because IRL is like the new meta last couple of years. But yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because if I see something that has that resolution, and I'm like, oh shit, something's about to happen on this live stream, and then I watch, it always sucks, and then I think to myself, somebody is just like putting this out there and miscaptioning it to get more views.
Yeah, 100%.
Like this person cannot be that popular.
Right.
I do also love seeing those clips on Instagram, the podcast clips, and then like kind of clicking through a couple times and finding the podcast, and it's like 7 views.
Yeah, it's not even. Sometimes I don't think the mics are plugged in. I think it's just all about having your face in front of a microphone that you can then take a picture of and put on. It's like the fake jet that people sit in.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's actually
one's cool.
We should get one of those.
Okay. We have a lot of show. We got picks and preview, all games for week 1. We have Eli Manning, we have Howie Long, and then we got Fyre Fest. Okay, before we get to the weekend preview, football is back, and the only place fans can watch every game every Sunday is NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket provides fans with the ultimate viewing experience with features like multi-view, where you can watch up to 4 games at the exact same time, including NFL Red Zone, key plays to catch up, or replay the biggest moments in each game, and Jerry O'Connell's favorite feature, Fantasy View, to track your players' scores right alongside each game. PFT.
Yep.
Power rank your 4-box multi-view for week 1 p.m. slate.
Okay, I've got it all planned out. I'm ready. I've thought about this a lot, so I'm going to go, obviously, Commanders, Giants.
Yep.
Got to see what happens in the NFC East. Then I have to have the double revenge game, Jets, Steelers. Want to see that. Then the Falcons, Bucks. Those 2 teams, I think those are going to be the ones that are fighting for that division when it's all said and done.
Yep.
And then I am interested to see if the Dolphins might be as bad as we think that they might be. So I'm going to go Dolphins, Colts.
Okay, that's a great 4. That's great for in the multi-view. Right now, you can get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Sign up today at youtube.com/pardonmytake to get started. Tell them the football guys at Pardon My Take sent you. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal date. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded and no refunds. Okay, boys. weekend preview time, and it is brought to you by our friends at Uber Eats. So this episode is brought to you by Uber Eats, and reminding fans that if football coincidentally makes you hungry, you can get game day deals on wings, burgers, beers, chips, and more all season long, all on Uber Eats. What are we thinking for week 1? What are we going to eat in the cave? Wings and pizza? Wings and pizza sounds perfect.
Yeah, it does.
And we're going to use Uber Eats. You'll love being able to get all your personal favorite game day foods delivered on Uber Eats so that you never miss a play when football makes you hungry. Get game day deals all season long only on Uber Eats. Okay, boys, week 1, we're here.
I'm so excited.
It's the weekend preview for any new AWLs. We're going to go game by game, give some thoughts, and then at the end we are going to each have 2 picks. One a spread pick, one an over-under pick. We'll also give you a TD parlay. And then our records at the end of the season, we'll have to figure out a punishment. Didn't we have an idea for a punishment? What was it?
Nipple ring.
Nipple ring. I really don't want to.
Yeah, let's workshop that one.
All right, I don't want to get a nipple ring. All right, couple things before we dive into all the games. It's bullshit what they did to Red Zone. We knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
We have to stand for the people here. We're obviously lucky enough to be able to watch every game with all the TVs we have in the cave, but so it's like I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Or actually, no, it's not even I'm not mad.
I'm disappointed I was right.
Yeah, right. It's like I expected it, so I can't be like, how could they do this? I knew this was going to happen. It's still bullshit that it's happening. Scott Hansen not saying commercial-free football is bullshit. Scott Hansen did nothing wrong here. I hate it. I stand with the people. They look what they did to our boy Red Zone. It's sad.
Yeah, as long as there are no conflicting sponsorships with Part of My Take sponsorships on the Red Zone channel, I'm down to boycott any company that actually puts a commercial during Red Zone.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Now, if they are also sponsors of Part of My Take, I retract this completely because I can be bought and sold. Stay tuned for Part of My Take in Saudi Arabia next fall.
Yep.
But as long as there's no conflict there, as long as we don't also endorse those companies, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Why?
And I have no problem boycotting those companies. I'm also very disappointed that Scott Hansen, he hasn't pissed for 15 years?
Yeah.
He says he's not going to piss still. He says he's not taking bathroom breaks. He's going to piss. Are you telling me that if there's a 2-minute commercial break and you got to go, he's going to get up and he's going to piss? It's a sad day. It's a sad day in America where now we have Scott Hansen using the bathroom on Sundays.
Why not just make a custom suit for Scott Hansen and make him like a NASCAR driver? Just stick logos all over him so he can say commercial free because you're looking at the commercials, folks. Come on. It's crazy. Really, really sad.
It is sad, but we did expect it to happen. I wish that it didn't. And we don't watch a lot of Red Zone anymore. But you know what you were like, the stage of life that you were in when you were watching the Red Zone.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford the Sunday ticket. It was the only way that you could catch out-of-market games. You could see every touchdown. It was great. And to have that taken away, the commercial-free football, you know what I'm not going to do this year?
What?
My own personal boycott? I'm not going to post a picture of the Red Zone countdown clock saying, let's fucking go, boys. It's here. I'm not going to do that this year.
Yeah, I like that.
I do that like every year because I get excited about that, especially week 1. It's really the sign that you finally made it. Never again.
I'm going to match and double. And by double, I mean when on Sunday, when we're sitting in the cave and it's 1 minute left before kickoff, I'm going to close my eyes for that minute.
That's big.
I'm going to close my eyes for that entire minute.
I might delete an old picture I had of the Red Zone clock.
Okay.
How about that?
I like that as well. Hank, what are you going to do? Stand for the people.
Yeah, I'll stand for the people. I won't even watch Red Zone. I'll just focus on the game.
There we go.
I was surprised McAfee was on his show basically carrying water, but he was saying like people aren't going to be upset about this. It hasn't happened yet.
Well, and also, yeah, I mean, he Red Zone got bought by ESPN. He works for ESPN. I understand he's not going to sit there and be like, how could you do this? He's got to. It's politics.
I do feel a little bit
but
bad.
He was like kind of like talking down where it's like people are going to pretend to be mad, but this is not going to, it's not going to bother people. He doesn't know that.
And not only that, we know
I think
how
people are going to be really mad.
We also know how this works.
There's also people on the internet there's a lot of people, especially NFL, that aren't on the internet that probably don't even know there's commercials still.
Correct. And
They're going to be really mad.
Really mad. And we also know how this works because we said that they were going to add commercials when all this was announced a few months ago. They're going to add some commercials, light commercials this year. They're going to keep adding commercials and keep adding commercials.
You never take away commercials.
You never take away commercials. It's not going to stop. So we gotta let our displeasure known, and I think we've done a good job of boycotting. Anyone else going to do anything to do their part?
I also want to say for the record that if any of the sponsors that are sponsoring Red Zone want to do business with Part of My Take,
yes,
I will immediately retract my boycott of their product.
And I will actually do an entire segment saying, you know what I actually want to watch more of on Sunday? Commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll actually, the weekend preview will be just us previewing our favorite commercials.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to do that.
And you know what? I think I wouldn't have such a problem with the commercials if I didn't know that they were just going to run the same fucking ads over and over and over and over and over again. Like the same commercials. We saw it. I think the NBA playoffs, it's probably the worst example of that, where things just get drilled into your head. It's going to be the same 5 commercials. There's only 5 companies that advertise anymore during sports, and it's going to be those 5 companies, and I'm going to get sick of it. I'm going to be upset, and I'm probably not going to really do anything else besides be upset. But it was bullshit that they made Scott Hansen go out there and say, I never really thought that commercials were that big of a deal, not having them. Like, that was the entire brand for a long time.
Do you know what I'm actually excited about that just popped back in my head because I haven't seen it in a while? On YouTube TV, the Moment of Zen.
Yeah.
Those are awesome on Sunday when we get
those.
to see a little manatee just floating along.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a little break.
They're also doing the play through the golf thing, which is the worst viewing experience you could have.
Yeah.
Because you can't see anything.
Right. Right.
Especially for an Octobox.
Yeah. Yeah, then we're screwed.
I think it's gonna be a dually.
All right, so week 1.
They should just embrace it and just go 7 ads, 1 game. Octobox.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. No, the 7 ads in all of the in the Octobox, and then the one that's the game is all 8 games.
Yeah.
So it's many
tiny.
But what? You're still getting to see all the games.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Quick thing before we get to week 1, because I try to give myself this pump up speech before week 1 every year. We don't know anything, and there's always going to be a game that surprises us. Gambling week 1 is always tough. You got to admit to yourself that it's probably more of a coin flip than any other weeks. I know, obviously, I'm not the best gambler. I don't think any of us are. But especially this week where you're like, hey, we're just jumping in. We're going to see what happens. Here's a couple things I'll just throw out there for people. Divisional home underdogs are 23-7 against the spread since 2010 in week 1. So that would be the Browns plus 5.5, the Seahawks plus 2.5, the Falcons plus 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So throw those in there. Obviously, the Cowboys, which already happened. Or no, they're on the road. And then underdogs of 6.5 points or more are 49-27 against the spread in week 1 since 2006. That's the Saints plus 6.5 and the Titans plus 8.5.
Okay.
So we don't know anything, but if you wanted to just, I'm not saying you should just play trends because trends always, there's a lot more to it. Those are some trends that maybe you can jump on. Especially because it's an intuitive thing where you look at Bengals and Browns, you're like, the Bengals are so much better than the Browns.
Would the Chargers also fall under that? I know it's played in Brazil.
I don't think so because it is the Brazilian game.
But they are the home team.
Yeah, technically. All right, let's start with that game.
No, listen, I agree with you because we don't know anything. We've just spent the entire summer doing nothing but using our imaginations, thinking about football. What would happen if football was on right now? Man, I wish football was on. Oh, man, if the Chargers were playing right now, I'd bet on them in my mind. We don't know shit right now. But that's kind of the beauty of it too. No team is written off. I guess maybe the Saints.
Underdogs 6.5 or more, 49-27 against the spread. I'm going to bet on the Saints.
They also started off 2-0 last year.
Yeah.
They were the best team in football.
They broke all the records. I think it works both ways because your imagination runs wild for this team could be good, and then you also your memory escapes you. Russell Wilson still stinks. But
the moon ball.
But then I'm week 1, I'm what if Russell Wilson is good?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You forget some of the things that you shouldn't forget, and you try to tell yourself, oh no, this is different.
I mean, Kurt Warner, he sucked for a little bit when he was on the Giants, right? And then he got to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
he was good again.
Yeah,
things happen.
I'm going to probably – okay, yeah. All right, well, let's get into the games. All right, Chiefs at Chargers. Chargers +3. Over-under is 46.5. Brazil. This is Hank's game of the week because it's not being played in America. I hate that it's being played in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of also – I'm not really a big fan of the Friday night football. I think that's a good spot for your JMU to play Louisville. I think that's it's obviously high school in America. Like, I don't really like the NFL taking the Friday night spot.
I don't like it either, but if you're a fan of the team that loses on Friday night, that's the best spot to be in for a loss. If you lose on Thursday night, your whole weekend is pretty much ruined. You have to sit through everybody else having, watching them root for their teams, thinking about what you did wrong on Thursday. If you lose on Friday, the microscope is so much smaller on you that you almost forget what happened, and no one's really talking about it on Sunday. They talk about Thursday probably, but they just forget about Friday. So you can kind of enjoy the Sunday games.
Yeah, and it's like a dog pile afterwards of college football and then NFL Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, those teams played? What were you gonna say, Hank?
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand for something. Do you like this game, Hank?
I like the Chargers a lot.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh is 5-0 against the spread and straight up in week 1 as an NFL head coach. He has not lost week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Super Bowl losers are 6-19 against the spread since 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hangover? I don't know. Also, is there a jet lag? Probably. Also, are there big butts in Brazil? Yes.
Do you think that because I heard
Does Travis Kelce care?
Yes, so that's the thing is there was a reporter that said that Taylor is going to go to the game. I think she's going to the game because she knows about the BBLs down there, and she's trying to make sure that Travis doesn't revert back to Killer Trav. Because Killer Trav could come out in Brazil.
Killer Trav could come
taking a look around.
Killer Trav.
I think I kind of like the Chargers too, and that's just against the spread. I think the Chiefs, I would still lean towards them. They were 15-2 last year.
Yeah.
They were only 8-9 against the spread.
And they had remember that stretch of 1-score games. They were king of the 1-score games. Because I think everyone has to make a declaration on the Chiefs before the season, not whether they win the Super Bowl or not, but I think we all here right now have to make a declaration. Will the Kansas City Chiefs win the AFC West? I say yes.
Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on winning the AFC West.
No.
Okay, because this is an important thing, because I think this is the point of right before week 1 starts. If you're doing a show, if you're trying to get a takeoff at the bar with your friends, probably the most common one is, I don't think the Chiefs are going to win the AFC West. Mm-hmm. Now, I do think they're going to win the AFC West. Hank, you say no. Who do you have winning the AFC West?
The Denver Broncos.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Max, you agree?
I said the Broncos win the Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay.
That was my Super Bowl pick when we did that the other day.
Okay.
Are you concerned at all that by saying that you're actually helping the Chiefs? This is exactly what they want you to do.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if I was Max, I'd say the same thing too.
Yeah, fuck it. I think the Chiefs will win the AFC West. I think they might be a little bit of a, maybe starting with this game, a little bit of a slow start, just because it's hard to get back up on that mountain time and time again, but I think they'll be just fine. And I think actually, can Mahomes win Comeback Player of the Year if his numbers are like out of control?
If Patrick Mahomes wins Comeback Player of the Year for coming back from not winning the Super Bowl, to win the Super that would really piss me off.
But could it happen?
I don't think so. I don't think he'd accept it.
But if he wins the Super Bowl, he would have to accept it.
Well, the award's given out before the Super Bowl.
Okay, so you think he would not show up?
I think if he's nominated for Comeback Player of the Year, that's just more fire to him in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Right now, I'm in just don't say anything bad about the Chiefs mode.
I'm not going to say anything bad about the Chiefs. I agree with you there. But Patrick Mahomes, just to remind you, last year was his first year as a full-time starter. He didn't get 4,000 yards, and he had 26 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, 26 touchdowns ties for the least amount. And so he wasn't the Patrick Mahomes that lit the world on fire for that 5-year stretch to start his career. I think he's going to be back to that guy.
We should also keep our eyes on the turf for this game.
Ugh.
Foreign countries don't know how to do football turf.
Hank wants the turf to be
you want
terrible.
you want it to be disgusting. You want a quarterback to get hurt again last year.
As long as it's green, Hank will be like, looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will look the same.
Okay.
It will be the color green.
What about the big butts?
Yeah, they look the same.
What if...
No, they don't.
Don't.
That's a bad take.
They do not look the same.
You think Kansas City's got back like Brasilia?
No, that's true.
Everyone's sitting a little higher in their seats in the stadium.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, when I said the whole thing about Friday Night Football, I'm still going to watch and love this game. But I just, as a principle, I think Fridays should be left to a couple college games in high school.
High school football, maybe a Sun Belt game where they're playing out of conference, and if they win that game against the ACC opponent, maybe they have a fast track to the playoff later on in the season. Looking down the line, maybe the path is there. Maybe it was scenario season last week. The second Boise State lost, I was like, I've got my scenario now.
Yeah,
scenarios work.
What about Tulane?
Tulane is an issue, yes, but but if we beat Louisville, by the way. I love saying Louisville.
Yeah.
It's one of those cities where the drunker you sound when you say it, the more correct you are.
Yeah.
I like week 1 Friday Night Football. NFL is awesome.
Yeah,
you guys haven't shut up about how you want football back.
No, hold on.
I'm so excited for this game.
I said I'm fine with this game. I said as a principle, Friday night should be like I always just assume the NFL, if they take a day, they're going to just keep taking it over and over.
But this is
a guy like me just wants football every day.
The only thing I'm worried, this is one of those rare days where we get to go watch a game at a bar, which is awesome on a Friday night. I'm planning my entire Friday around watching this game.
I love that.
Yeah.
Although it's a streaming game, which is always difficult at a bar that I'm nervous about.
Yeah. For us, Friday night games are really that's the time.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to go watch at a bar.
I've been literally on Monday. I started texting my friends like planning our Friday, or like let's get an early dinner and then let's go watch this game at a bar. It's awesome.
I'm going to drink a caipirinha during this game because it's Brazil. But then when it comes down to nut cutting time, I'm just gonna rip some beer.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. It's delicious.
Caipirinha.
Caipirinha.
What's in that?
It's a Brazilian drink. I think it's rum and sugarcane. And maybe water or soda water and a lime. It's very
sounds
refreshing.
like a mojito.
Yeah, you would love it. Also, another example of a podcaster ripping off this show. Travis Kelce didn't know how time zones worked.
Ooh.
So Mahomes had to explain to him how the globe works and how travel works. So even though he was down in Brazil, I think in 2023, to watch his girlfriend at the time perform.
Yeah. Because what is Brazil? Brazil's like what, the same time zone or 1 hour?
It's a big country, so there's multiple time zones.
Yeah, but like in terms of versus us right now, what is Max doing? He's just looking for something else.
There should just be one time zone, and
there
it's
should be
whatever time zone we're in.
I was looking up the clip where they said it.
Brazil current time. Oh no, so they have a time zone right now that's the same as us, and then there's one that's 3 hours ahead of us.
Mm-hmm. I'm on Najee Harris watch too. Apparently, he's cleared to play. Mm-hmm. He expects to play. You could say it's the battle of a one-eyed monster between Najee Harris and Chris Jones.
Nice.
You might say that.
Well, did we ever see? I think we just saw his balls.
I think there was a little bit more than
there was more than his balls.
I think the meat had to do some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next game. We got Sunday. Bucks. We have 8 games early. Bucks at Falcons. Falcons plus 1.5 over under 46.5. I like the Bucks, but I have a feeling that this might be like the Falcons finally put it all together type of game that gets everyone hyped up, and then that's when you can buy low on or you can sell the Falcons. Like this could be a Kyle Pitts game.
Yeah, I was actually going to say my biggest point on this game. I've thought about it for the past 2 weeks. I'm officially back in on Kyle Pitts.
Oh, no.
I'm officially back in. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
Michael Penix.
Yep.
He's a different quarterback than has been throwing the ball to Kyle Pitts over the last 2 years.
That is a factual statement.
He might be smart enough to realize that Kyle Pitts is really theoretically good at football.
Correct.
And at least try to force feed him a little bit right off the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back in on Kyle Pitts. I'm ready to be hurt again.
Hey, listen, we all have to make these declarations before week one.
Yep.
I have a couple that are coming up that are going to be way worse than what you just said with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I'm fully bought in. Just like looking at his tape in college, looking at his speed, looking at the height, looking at the weight, looking at everything, the wingspan.
You're looking at his weight?
The wingspan.
Are you talking about Kyle Pitts, or are we doing like a fish now?
No, I'm saying like I looked at all his every number that's ever been written about Kyle Pitts in terms of his stature, I have looked at over the last 2 weeks, and I've thought to myself, this guy should be the best tight end in the NFL. So I'm ready to believe it.
Okay, so the only thing that I'll say about Kyle Pitts, if you're just looking at numbers, I would say 10. That would be the number that scares me.
Is that the number of total touchdowns he has?
Yeah, in 4 years.
Yep. That's a
Shocking.
terrifying number.
Oh, here's a fun statistical anomaly that you could maybe bet on. I don't know if they have this market on DraftKings Sportsbook. Kyle Pitts' first season scored 1 touchdown. Kyle Pitts' second season scored 2 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts' third season scored 3 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts' fourth season scored 4 touchdowns. He will have 5 touchdowns this year.
Okay, that's a fivefold improvement over this year.
Listen, if Kyle Pitts can play for 20 years, he's going to have one of the greatest seasons of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact.
Yep.
The back half of his career will be MVP, Hall of Fame worthy.
I agree.
Yeah, that's some good growth.
Mm-hmm.
It is a line chart.
It's
and
linear.
It's going up.
It's
yeah,
linear.
You would invest in that stock.
Yeah.
If I showed you a graph of Kyle Pitts touchdowns year over year, can we actually have Shane make that for me? I want to see the graph touchdowns, and you see that. You buy that. It's going directly up forever. That's very funny that he's got just one little tiny step forward.
I just wish if he had 0 his rookie year, that would have been even better.
Yeah, that would have been great. All right, next game up. We've got the Bengals at Browns. PFT, Joe Burrow has played 10 NFL games in weeks 1 or 2 in his career. How many has he won? 10.
2.
He has won 1.
Okay.
So to say the Bengals start slow is an understatement. He's 1-9 in the first 2 weeks of the season. Now, the Bengals did play a lot more in the preseason than they have in the years past.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the Bengals defense is going to take some time, and maybe take so much time you have to wait until next year too, which would be a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
I'm going to probably take the Browns plus 5.5. I don't know if they can win the game, but I just goes to the divisional dogs and Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco, he still has an arm. He can still throw the ball. I also think that his job is safe.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to put in – so we were talking about this earlier, but in terms of like the Giants, they've got a quarterback decision to make at some point this year probably, right? Mm-hmm. And the Browns have a quarterback decision to make. I think that Flacco will be the starter for much longer than Russell Wilson because Kevin Stefanski has 2 decisions to make. 1, time to bench Flacco. 2, which guy do I replace Flacco with? And if I were him, I would be in no hurry to make that decision because half your fan base will probably hate you, whichever guy you select to replace Flacco.
Kevin Stefanski basically has to treat this season like a big chore or thing that he has to go to the DMV at some point. He's got to get real ID. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, someone in this room still doesn't have real ID. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, I don't actually want to do this. But he knows he has to. He's going to wait as long as possible.
You're not going to find anybody rooting harder for Flacco to be great than Kevin Stefanski.
Correct.
He is going to be putting him in like how they intentionally sabotaged Shador's career in the preseason. Yeah. Yep. He's going to do the opposite of that with Joe Flacco, make sure that he's great. I loved his quote that he said yesterday. He said, I play football. That's what I do. I'm a football player.
That's facts.
And it's so true. And it's such an understatement that it's like George O'Keefe being like, I like orchids. Steve Ballmer being like, I like trees.
Loves trees.
This is Flacco. This is what he does. He's a football player. He's looked pretty good the last couple of years.
And it's also week 1 where you're not banged up. You're not old. Mm-hmm. Week 1 is new for everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to take the Browns plus 5.5. It's kind of a gross one.
I don't think I'm going to do that, but I am going to root for Flacco.
Yeah. All right. This is a gross one because Dolphins at Colts. Colts minus 1.5, over under 47.5. I am going to take the Colts in this game, and a little trivia for you. Last time the Colts won a Week 1 game was 2013. Both quarterbacks in that game took their last snap in the NFL in 2018. Who are those quarterbacks? So that's how crazy, that's how long it's been. The last time, the 2 quarterbacks in the last time the Colts won a Week 1 game, I think they threw in a tie somewhere in there, but the last time the Colts won a Week 1 game, both those quarterbacks have been retired for 7 years. Andrew Luck is correct.
Andrew Luck and...
It was the Raiders.
Ooh.
It was the Raiders. The Raiders. It was Terrell Pryor.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Both took their last snap at 20. That's how long it's been. Daniel Jones was a junior in high school the last time the Colts won a Week 1 game. Mm-hmm. Every single player on the Colts roster right now was not on an NFL roster. That's almost like a given. But it's pretty crazy that it's been that long. And now the question is, are we diving headfirst into the Colts? I am. Shane Steichen said he's our starting quarterback for the season in terms of Daniel Jones. Don't want to have a quick leash on that. So that feels good, I guess. And I'm making a bet on the Dolphins maybe being a bad vibes team. Did you see that Tua said he and Tyreek are good now?
They're good. Yeah, they're not great.
But here's a problem I have. I want to throw out something to you. Tua said, I think once people see Tyreek score on Sunday, everyone will forget about that. That meaning Tyreek demanding a trade and Tua being like he's got to win back the locker room. So I think once people see Tyreek score on Sunday, everyone will forget about that. So we're in a good spot, and we've been in a good spot for some time as well. So I'm really happy with that. What if Tyreek doesn't score on Sunday? Do we still remember that?
I think if he gets over 100 yards or a touchdown.
He said, though, I think once people see Tyreek score on Sunday, everyone will forget about that. If Tyreek Hill does not score, we will not forget.
Are we talking about the same league, the NFL? You think that just because somebody performs well on the field, we all forget about all the stuff that they do off the field?
No,
not my NFL. But we should also, it was kind of an insult stat about the Colts not winning since, 2013?
13. Yeah.
They did tie.
Yeah, I said they threw in a tie.
Yeah, they tied it in 2022.
Yeah, they threw in a tie.
It's going to be an uphill battle for the Dolphins. It is Jim Irsay Day.
Yes.
At the Colts Stadium.
Special something.
They're putting him in the Ring of Honor. They're doing a moment of silence. I don't think it should be a moment of silence, though. I think it should be like just a moment of rocking out.
Yeah.
Like everyone light up a cig in the stands for Irsay.
Everyone look under your seats. There's a famous guitar.
Everyone gets it's Guitar Day.
Yeah.
At Lucas Oil Stadium. Maybe play some Jackson Brown.
Jimmy Page's guitar is under your seat.
It would be. I don't think he would want a moment of silence. He would want something a little more hardcore than that.
A ruckus, yeah.
That'd be an awesome game to have tickets to.
Are they? It would be an awesome game to have tickets. You want to get tickets to that game? You want to look it up?
Do you guys have any?
Are you asking me about that?
Oh.
Okay, so Hank, here's where I'm at with that. I don't know if I have tickets to that game or not.
What do you mean?
Oh,
So I looked at this. I looked at this earlier today because we have given out Colts season tickets after I bought season tickets once Jim Irsay led the charge, again, cigarette in hand, against Dan Snyder. I owed him everything from that point on. I became a Colts season ticket holder. It auto-renewed on me after that first year. Forgot to cancel. I think it auto-renewed again last year, but I can't find any tickets in my account. The last email that I have from the Colts is, hey, heads up, your season tickets are set to auto-renew at midnight, January 31st, my birthday. I don't think I opened up that email and denied the auto-renew. I'd say it's 50-50. I might have season tickets.
Maybe you're like, did you switch cards?
I emailed the guy and checked up on it. He has not gotten back to me yet. So I did try to figure out if I had tickets to this game or not. If I do have tickets, I'll figure out a way to give it to somebody that will go there and honor Mr. Irsay in the proper form.
you know what? Even if you have tickets,
why don't you buy one ticket?
no, I was going to say leave the seats open for Mr. Irsay.
You think
That'd be a very nice, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you should just say the seats will be open for the year.
So if you see like lots of empty seats at Lucas Oil tomorrow, it's because I bought a ton of tickets.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving them all open for
Yes.
Mr. Irsay.
Yes. Yeah, that's a problem that you don't know if you have season tickets. For
We're working on that right now.
I somehow lucked into doing that because I remember I think I couldn't figure it out, and I just bought game by game that one year, which was much better.
Mm-hmm. Also, in this game, reminder, Darren Waller is on the Dolphins.
Yeah,
He's playing football again.
he is.
So I don't know if he's going to play or not, but he is technically a Dolphin.
He is a Dolphin. Okay, next up, we have Cardinals at Saints. Saints plus 6.5, over under 43.5. You said you were going to believe in Kyle Pitts. I'm going to bet on Spencer Rattler. It is gross.
Yeah, this is
Hey, whoa, Hungry Dog Boy.
Not Spencer Rattler.
Ah, maybe Spencer Rattler. And fast forward, make
Dead
that
dog.
memes. Make that video when I just am like on Monday's podcast. Why did I bet on Spencer Rattler?
Hungry rabid dog walking in the highway.
It's not that I don't believe. I kind of don't believe in Spencer Rattler, but it's more that I'm officially on Alvin Kamara mystery injury watch.
Yeah,
It could happen at any second. So treasure every Alvin Kamara carry. treasure every pass that he catches out of the backfield. I'm sure that Spencer's going to be looking his way a lot when he's on the field. But if we're being honest with each other, it feels like this is going to be a season where Kamara's just like, why am I doing this to my body?
Yeah. What,
he's only 30?
Yeah. Did you guys have the same moment? I think probably a lot of people who are listening right now had this moment where you were doing your fantasy draft. No one cares about your fantasy team. Where you just, for 30 seconds of the 1 minute you had to pick, you just kind of like hovered around Kamara's name and you're like, nah, I can't.
I can't do that.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah, it's kind of
because the name is there, and it was like it got to a point where he was technically the highest rated running back left, and I was like, I can't do this.
I got a little bit of trivia for this matchup for you, Big Cat.
Oh, okay.
What do you think the all-time record between these two teams is? I'm going to make this game mean something.
5-5.
It's 16-16.
Okay.
So this
I just don't remember any time these two teams play.
Yeah, even though they're in the same conference, it doesn't feel like they ever play. So this is a tie-breaking game for them. It means a lot, okay? And then the second thing is, do you know when the last time was that the Cardinals were road favorites on opening weekend?
Probably after their Super Bowl?
2009.
Super Bowl?
Hank's close.
Yeah, so after they went to their Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was 2010.
Okay.
They were 3-point favorites. Sam Bradford was the quarterback of the St. Louis Rams that day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is a stinky game. But I think this might be the Far TV.
Yeah.
I think so.
Far TV?
Yeah, because we have that 8th TV that like you can kind of just see every now and then.
Yeah.
What's going on
I'm down
with
for that.
TV?
There's a couple ones I'm looking at.
Steelers Jets.
That's what I was thinking.
What?
Bucks Falcons.
Steelers Jets.
What?
If we're going unbiased, because you guys both have your games at 1 o'clock or noon Central.
This is Hennemy speaking.
If
I would rather watch the Commanders.
Okay, but if I'm going unbiased, I think it should be Bucks Falcons. That would be my unbiased pick.
I think
That's the best. That's
the best game.
Yeah.
Bucks Falcons, Commanders Giants, Steelers Jets, Patriots Raiders, Steelers Jets.
Okay.
In that order?
Yeah.
That was a Hennemy move. Not to me.
I like Bengals
but-
Browns too. I think
could
that's
be fun.
it's a
Could be
looking
fun.
at those teams on a TV always feels fun.
Yeah, it does.
The Saints are wearing some weird uniforms for this game.
Oh, that's
So even
better.
more reason to
Yeah.
put it on the Far TV.
Yeah, and even more reason to bet on the Saints.
Yep.
All right, Steelers to Jets. Jets plus 3 over unders 38.5.
Also, that's the lowest total of the whole
It is
early slate.
Yeah, probably not Steelers Jets. Memes. You almost made it to the start of the season till you got Rossini'd on Wednesday morning. She tweeted out that Tucker, right?
Yeah, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Elijah Vera Tucker, one of your best offensive linemen, possibly out for the season with an arm injury.
Yeah, tricep injury. I feel terrible for him. This is his second tricep injury on the different arm now. This was a contract year for him. He just got voted captain, and now he's just out for the rest of the year.
That's tough. How much blame do you put on her, on Rossini?
It was her first report about the Jets, and it was a negative report.
Well, it was a fact, though.
It was a fact, but it was also negative.
So you like a fair amount of blame. Do you think that she enjoyed reporting that?
Yeah, she knew it. She knew what she was doing.
Her head was spinning.
Do you think she thought of you when she made that report?
I can tell. Let me jump in real quick.
Yep.
I know her pretty well. Yeah, 100%. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
She was like, Memes are going to hate this.
She is number one,
That's pretty-
Florio.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
I got a question for you guys. What is more likely, which streak is more likely to be broken this year? The Steelers, 8 seasons without a playoff victory, which is their longest such drought since the 1970 NFL-AFL merger, or the Jets, who are tied for the longest drought in all of American professional sports in terms of playoffs drought. 14 years, tied with the Sabres.
What did Prisco tell us? Like, if Justin Fields can play, what were his exact words, Memes?
Memes, what's up?
Sabres are in the lead right now.
Because they already played their 14th season?
They lead.
Got it, because I saw your face. You're like, no, I don't want that. Okay.
It flip-flops at the end of the season, end of each season. So if they don't make it this year, Jets will be 1. Then once
Got
the
it.
Sabres don't make it, then
Sounds like you're very in tune with the Sabres-Jets playoff drought discourse.
Yeah, because it's an insult graphic every single year.
How can it flip flop though? When one team just catch the other team and it'd be tied?
Well, no, the Jets.
The Jets are about
So
to.
Sabres are at 15. Then the Jets will take over.
Sabres
then-
are in the clubhouse right now. The
At 15.
Jets can still come in.
The Jets are at 14 right now.
Yes,
So at the end of the season, the Jets will tie the Sabres.
but they're in the lead because the NHL season's currently going on. So you don't know.
That part doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I believe you.
I see what he's saying.
I'm following.
It's in the middle of the season, so they could be. They could
They
break.
could break
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, but which one is more likely? Which streak is more likely to be broken? I actually might say Jets if I had that bet.
So I think the Steelers are going to win a playoff game this year.
You do?
I think they're going to win one U.S. playoff game. Yes.
One
I think they're going to win one playoff game this year.
against who?
I don't know. We have to play the season.
That's true.
You don't believe that.
I do. I think the Steelers are going to win a playoff
You
game.
believe in
this year.
Aaron Rodgers right now?
I believe in. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
See,
I
that
do.
was something that you just said that you don't actually.
Sir, the
believe.
witness is crumbling on the stand right now.
No, I'm pretty sure I pretty much believe in Aaron Rodgers. Top 5 quarterback last year.
You believe in the idea of him.
I believe that Aaron Rodgers at his best is going to be a massive upgrade for the Steelers over what they've had in the past.
Aaron Rodgers at his best was 4 years ago.
I mean, at his best now. If they wring the last tiny little droplets out of him that are his best energy this year, and you distill those, I think that he is definitely good enough to win one playoff game.
Also, the culture change is huge.
Go
Yeah.
on.
Bad culture to good culture.
Oh, you're not saying like, gotcha. You're saying the Jets have bad culture.
Yes.
So you said the Jets,
He's going from a bad culture
To a good
the
coach.
Jets
good
wronged
culture.
Aaron Rodgers last year.
Yeah, no one has any chance when you're playing for the Jets.
Well, what about if his Achilles didn't snap week 1?
Could have been a different story, but we'll never know.
That he could have changed. If you're a strong enough culture guy, then you should be able to change the culture.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, you can't change a culture when you're that old.
If you're that good,
Well, he got hurt. He never had the real chance.
that's true.
But to PFT's point, because I actually agree with him, even though he wavered a little on the stand there, because I'm flipping it back. I think Steelers maybe win a playoff game.
Yeah.
It's more what. Oh, I'm just taking notes.
No, I agree.
Okay.
So everyone was yelling at me, and you all agreed.
No,
with me.
They were.
I don't
No,
agree.
we
I don't agree.
We were yelling more because it was funny. Because when you were asked if you believe in him, you're like, yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I
exactly
think-
how much I believe in.
Yeah.
I think I portrayed myself accurately.
Yeah, is Aaron Rodgers better than late Ben Roethlisberger, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, and Justin Fields? Those are the Week 1 starters for the Steelers since they have had this playoff drive.
I say absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Now,
So if they use him correctly, like the Jets made him throw 1,000 times a game. If you run the football, rely on your defense, don't turn the ball over, you could win a playoff game and go far.
by winning one playoff game.
But, like-
I'm not saying go far. I'm saying one playoff game.
But I think the Steelers' defense is that good that if Aaron Rodgers,
And if Rodgers gets in the playoffs, like that's a guy you want as a QB in the playoffs.
Been there, done that. So going to this game, where's the revenge factor at its highest? You think Aaron Rodgers has more like hatred of the Jets, or do you think Justin Fields has more to get revenge on for the Steelers? Double revenge game.
so what Aaron Rodgers been saying? Aaron Rodgers said he loved the Jets. I think the revenge is all on Aaron Glenn for kicking him out of the building.
Oh, he hates Aaron Glenn.
I think it's Aaron Glenn versus Aaron Rodgers.
So couldn't he just like?
I think
Couldn't he
Justin
just?
Fields is just fighting for his life.
Yeah,
He's not like scorned.
yeah. Couldn't Aaron Rodgers just take care of that? Like just call a play towards the Jets sidelines and just miss the receiver and just hit Aaron Glenn like right in the nuts, like first play of the game. Then he doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
He could.
That would be awesome.
If he still has it, he would do that.
Yeah, he has that accuracy, and then after the game, he's just like, yeah, I said I hated the guy. I took care of it. I
thing
took
is-
care of my business on the field.
If I'm getting inside his brain, hallucinogenics, they're not really revenge drugs.
No.
I think if the only thing he hates about the Jets is probably those damn chemtrails. Mm-hmm. Got to figure out what's going on.
What is happening?
Yeah. I like the Steelers this year. I don't know. I might be dumb.
I like the Jets in this game. I do. I like some dogs this week, Hank. Are you going to give us a hungry dog later?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of giving us some, Hank, game time, before we get to the next game time, we want to see if people are trying to still go to the Giants and Commanders. The NFL is back. Tailgates, pack stands that buzz before kickoff, but getting in, nightmare. Queues, price jumps, getting logged out mid-click. All you want is to be there, beer in hand, losing your voice with the crowd. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. I was looking at tickets for Commanders Giants.
$144.
$144 the Game Time app. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PMT for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Okay, PFT. The Giants, Commanders 6-point favorites. Over-under is 45.5. I have the Giants circled as my muck-it-up team that's not going to win a lot of games, but will be in a lot of games.
I think their defensive line is going to be very, very good. I think I'm a little bit worried about Abdul Carter. By the way.
Oh, I thought you meant yeah. Worried about him rushing the passer.
I'm worried about him just destroying
everything
that's brought me joy for the last year.
Yeah.
Have you seen his signature?
I have.
So this is it's a travesty. And if there's one thing we do on this program, it's we speak on behalf of adult male autograph collectors. And they're not happy with Abdul Carter because he's been signing autographs, and his signature is just the @ sign, which I guess makes an A and a C.
I like this.
And people are mad at him because
awesome.
People are mad at him because the signature isn't prestigious enough to make their trading cards worth more. They're very upset at another man for how he signs his own name.
I think it's
which
sick.
is the funniest reason to be mad at another man for.
But it's okay. It makes sense too. I know it looks like the @
Yeah,
it's an A and a C.
I know.
That's a great signature.
I know. It's succinct. It's he can fire off like a million signatures a minute.
Yeah.
It's very very economic when it comes to how he spends his time signing autographs. I just love that people are pissed off at him and they want him to change his own signature so that their cards could be worth more money.
I agree.
That's a very funny thing to get upset about.
Do we think
What if John Hancock had signed the Declaration of Independence with an emoji? Would that be cool?
Yeah, it would have been sick.
Yeah, it probably would have rocked.
Yeah. Do we think if it was just John, Han, and then an eggplant?
Yeah, what if it was a toilet, a hand, and eggplant? That'd be a good one.
Like
yeah.
that. Do we think that Russell Wilson is a little looking over his shoulder now that Jackson Dart is officially QB2? Because that was a discussion of hey, if Jameis is QB2, Russell Wilson doesn't have to worry because they're not going to put in Jameis over Russell. They ended up making Jackson Dart QB2. Giants fans, I think, want to see what they have. Brian Dable's on the hot seat going into this season.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something to look at.
He's not in the doghouse, obviously, because he's a starter, but he's got a very short leash.
He's the opposite of Daniel Jones.
He had a very, very short leash on Russell Wilson this year, I think. He knows. I don't think he's happy about it. Russell Wilson, I think he's a guy that thinks that he should start for the next 5 years.
Yep.
At quarterback. I'm excited about this game. I haven't gone into a season with expectations in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Depressingly. I think the last time I had expectations for a season was probably 2006. Didn't end well. So I don't really know. I'm kind of fluctuating back and forth between being the most excited I've ever been and also just terrified of what's going to happen. Because as much fun as last year was for me, the Commanders weren't a very good team until the very end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the playoffs, they played pretty well. But they had a bunch of close games. They managed a lot of crazy fourth downs. A lot of weird shit happened in their games. They weren't good defensively. They were very good offensively. But I don't know whether I should be excited or terrified.
I think you should be excited.
I am excited. But I question my.
Oh, memes.
I second guess
Max.
my excitement.
Max has pulled up. This is a list of QBs the Commanders beat last year. Any thoughts? on the list is Daniel Jones.
Okay, you want to expand that because I don't think that
It's
graphic is.
Daniel
It's
Jones
in there.
twice.
I put your tweet in there.
Kenny Pickett, Trey
You're
Lance.
the reason I saw this.
Kyler Murray, Andy Dalton, Caleb Williams, Jay Kaner, and Spencer Rattler. Michael Penix, Joe Burrow, he's good. Deshaun Watson, Will Levis.
Okay, one. I thought we settled this last time that Jaden.
You're the
Daniels-
one who tweeted about this today.
I thought we settled this last time that Jaden Daniels doesn't play against other quarterbacks. He plays against defenses. I'm looking at that list right now. First round pick. Was Andy Dalton second round pick?
No, Andy Dalton, I think, was first round pick.
First round pick. I don't know where Jake Haener was drafted.
Zesty.
First round pick.
It's a lot of first round.
And then-
no, Will Levis was second round.
Second round pick. And then it also conveniently leaves off Baker Mayfield, first round pick, Jared Goff, first round. Actually, that's a shitload of first overall quarterbacks he beat.
Yeah.
That he might have set the record
well,
last year.
you just switched it from first round to first overall.
No, but it's both. That might be a world record for most first overall quarterbacks beaten by a
That's a lot of
second
first overall.
There are a lot of first overalls.
Andy Dalton, second overall.
What?
Second round.
Second round.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
No,
So
my
he was
bad.
not
my
second
bad.
overall. So yeah, thank you for that great graphic because all you're telling me is he beat a lot of very talented
You're
quarterbacks.
the only reason I saw this on the timeline today was because you were commenting on it.
Well, because somebody made a list of the quarterbacks and then they just didn't leave. They didn't include Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield on it, so I had to include those.
I think the Commanders are going to be just fine this year, and I think the only thing that sucks for you, PFT, is playing the Giants week 1. I think they're going to win this game, but it's not going to look great.
So no matter what, if the Commanders, Redskins football team are not good, they would always play the Giants tough. When the Giants are not good, they would always play against us tough.
Yeah, both games last year, I think, were decided by under a touchdown.
This is running back the famous handoff.
Yeah,
This is the handoff game.
the handoff game. Who could forget? So, yeah, I would probably take the Giants against the spread, but I think the Commanders are going to win. I think the Giants will keep a lot of games. I think the Giants are the team that you'll look up in the second half of most games and be like, why is that? It's 13-10? Oh, that's ugly. And that's just what they're built to do. Okay. Going to – we have one more early game. Panthers at Jaguars. Jaguars minus 3.5 over-unders. Two more. I forgot. Yeah, that one as well. Panthers at Jaguars minus 3.5 over-unders 46.5. I actually think this is going to be a fun game to watch.
Go on.
I think both defenses kind of stink, and I think the offenses might be good.
The defenses do stink.
Right.
Big time.
So I think I'm going to probably take this over. Be a fun game to watch.
So in yards per play, the Panthers were 31st last year. The Jaguars were 32nd last year. They'll probably improve a little bit. I'm very excited to see what happens with Travis Hunter. I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. They've done a good job of
It's provocative.
just like keeping everyone guessing. I want to see what they do with that young man.
Yeah. I kind of want to take Travis Hunter to score a touchdown.
We kind of owe it to him, don't we?
Yeah, what's that? I kind of want to do that. That's just a fun thing to do. And
What
also,
happens if he gets like a pick six?
That would be
tough.
Plus 180 on the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Oh, they really think he's going to score a touchdown? Huh.
What if he scores two, offense and defense?
I'm interested to see what happens with the Panthers and their pass catchers because obviously they got Ted McMillan, Xavier Legette in year 2, but Coker's hurt and Adam Thielen got traded away. Those are two guys that Bryce Young liked a lot down the stretch when he had his resurgence.
Yeah, so they're facing off against each other because it is an anniversary. They both teams got brought into the league in 1995.
Yeah.
And so they're like, what better way to commemorate that moment than to have them play again in week 1 of 2025?
Yeah.
History on the line.
I just remember when they unveiled the logos of both teams, like, whoa, that's crazy.
We're doing cats. Both are cats.
Whew. Wild. They had some crazy uniforms, too, the Jaguars. I want to say the Jaguars had a wild combo. The Panthers, I don't think. The Panthers were pretty straightforward. Jaguars had one wild combo, didn't they?
In their opening season?
Early? Yeah.
I like the almost cartoon Jaguar that they had on the side.
Yeah.
That they had on the sleeve. That was a good Jaguar.
Yeah. Okay. Last early game, Raiders at Patriots. Patriots minus 2.5, over under 43.5. Hank, how are you feeling?
I'm excited. I've been excited as I have been probably the last 4 years since Belichick left. Belichick and Brady. I think we're going to be really good.
What happens if you lose this game?
I think it's, Vrabel's first game as a coach. He's got to retool some things, but we'll be all right.
You know how old Pete Carroll is?
80?
72?
He's 73. He turns 74 next week. By coaching this weekend, he's going to be the oldest NFL head coach to ever coach in a game.
That's crazy.
He's going to set the record on Sunday, and he looks like he's 60 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, the AFC West has like all the Super Bowls. They have 5 Super Bowls in their in their coaching. If 3 out of 4 of the head coaches in the AFC West have a Super Bowl. I
do think that Carroll's going to do a great job. I think both these teams are actually going to be much better than they were last year.
I do too.
Just by the fact that they got 2 really, really good head coaches.
Yeah, it's like consistency and they took chances on like the ex-player coach. And now they're like, hey, let's go back to what these guys are really good. Oh, Jerry just sent me that. We'll wait for this later. I'm not going to watch this right now. I'm going to set it to max.
I know that you've been locked into the roster. Is Christian Gonzalez playing?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
All right,
That's
there you
bad
go.
for your defense.
He's really good.
Also, Amari Cooper retired.
Yeah.
He just was like, you know what? I don't really want to play anymore.
Football's not for me.
Not for me. Also, this is a really fun matchup of rookie running backs.
Yes.
Travion Henderson, Ashton Genty. I kind of forgot Ashton Genty was on the Raiders. I think I'm going to remember quickly when he starts playing. It's kind of a fun one.
Yeah, not me. I saw him in the preseason. I was like, that dude, special.
Special.
Just made me think back to all the college highlights.
So special.
Doesn't appear close to playing in week 1.
Okay.
All right.
Seems very doubtful.
Hank, did you see
Stephon Diggs playing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Hank, did you see the news today about a former coach that you had with the New England? It's actually Patriots news.
I did see this.
So Bill Belichick and the UNC Tar Heels have banned Patriot scouts from attending practices.
Why?
Is that it?
Yep.
Why is that?
I don't understand that. Apparently someone else tweeted there's another team as well, which is just, it seems very petty.
So Bill, you think it was Bill's call?
I feel like Bill runs everything, so you'd have to assume so, yeah.
Does he?
You think it was Jordan's?
I didn't say, whoa. No.
It's not Bill's, then who are you implying?
Lombardi.
No, I don't think it was Lombardi.
Okay.
I saw something that Lombardi has like all his sons got like $500,000 jobs for UNC.
That's awesome.
It's like one of them was like said he was. I'd have to look it up because I don't want to speak out of turn. Maybe look it up memes. I think one of his sons was not the offensive coordinator. I don't even think the QB coach. I think he was like a quarterback something at Oregon last year and was like, yeah, I like helped make Dylan Gabriel, who Dylan Gabriel was like 25 and had already played a lot of college football.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what is it? Matt Lombardi, son of Michael Lombardi, offensive coach, previously coached at University of Oregon, yeah. Quarterback coach.
Okay.
And all he did was, I think, for a year just.
I kind of respect how
they just got all the Belichicks, all the Lombardis.
I respect how they're kind of treating a major level college football program like a crypto coin.
Yeah, or like a tree company.
Yeah,
in South LA or California.
It's Bill Coin.
I had a weird thought. Do you think Drake May and Bill Belichick have ever met? And also, do you think Drake May is kind of mad at Bill Belichick?
Why would he be mad?
Because he probably hears from it's just a weird, funny thing that Drake May was drafted right after Bill Belichick got fired, and then Bill Belichick went and took the head coaching job at UNC where Drake May was quarterback. He probably knows some guys on the team.
Manny Miles, shout out Manny Miles. He's one of the only guys that stayed. He's been at Carolina.
Got it.
So he was there with Drake May.
Do you think they've talked?
I think they've talked.
If UNC has a really bad season, do you think Drake May's going to be like, fuck, what the fuck, Bill Belichick?
Well, he's probably pissed off that they won't allow his team scouts to watch now. I think this offseason he probably talked to Bill at some point, and he was probably excited last Monday night.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, what if we're just really good?
It's going to be put in a reminder, Zach, in 20 years from now when we're still doing the show. This is an all-time timeline crossing that will have everyone thinking that Drake May played for Bill Belichick with the Patriots, or even Drake May played for Bill Belichick with UNC.
But they just switched.
Yeah, because they're so close in time that in 20 years we'll be like, yeah, of course Drake May played for Bill Belichick at some point.
So the reminder should be remind the world
Yeah.
that they did not actually play with each other.
No, opposite. Remind the world that they did play together just to continue the confusion.
Okay.
Like
all
20
right.
years is when we're going to start getting confused about the timeline. I want to really embrace the
So start intentionally just dropping things in like one of the all-time great college quarterbacks, Belichick, Drake May.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling in 20 years it's going to be a stump trivia question to be like, what college team did Bill Belichick coach for?
Oh, I don't think so.
I think that one's going to be easy. All right, I'll try.
What, 20 years?
UNC.
I think this is going to be a memorable season.
Yeah. I think it's going to be very memorable.
Damn, you don't believe in your guy, huh? One game? You're already done?
Already cooking them.
No, not at all.
Would you take him back on the Patriots right now? If you picked up the phone?
Yes.
You'd have to get rid of Mike Vrabel.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Vrabel's going to kick.
I love them both. This is like picking your mom, picking your dad. Or it's like picking your dad or picking your older brother.
Okay.
It's a tough choice. You love them both. But,
Vrabel is your older brother.
in this scenario, yeah.
Okay.
But Bill Belichick is, the reason
It's Papa.
the family is here.
Yeah.
He's the reason Vrabel's here. He's the reason I'm here.
But what about the fact that your younger half-sister is dating your dad?
Families are complicated, man. Like every family's different. Every family's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with these things in-house.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go to the afternoon. Titans at Broncos. Wait, did you give an official prediction you're going to win this game?
Yeah.
Okay. Titans at Broncos. Broncos minus 8.5. Over under 42.5. I'm going to say something crazy.
Don't do it.
Listen, here's my only argument, okay? And I know this is a shot. They're 8.5-point underdogs. Every single year, week one, there's at least one game that we're like, what the fuck?
And you think that you're zeroing in on this?
Why not?
I've got a data point to back you
Why
up.
not?
You want the data point?
Yeah, give me the data point.
So, Cam Ward has played one time in Colorado since he's been to college.
Okay.
It was at Colorado State,
Okay.
2022.
Okay. What team is he
Might have been
playing
2023.
on?
Wazoo.
Okay.
451 yards, 3 touchdowns. They won. They scored 50 points. Interesting data point.
He loves
At altitude.
playing in Colorado.
He loves the
He
altitude.
loves the altitude.
Mr. Altitude. Now, conversely, you could say no rookie quarterback has won a week one road start since 2018.
And they're 8.5-point underdogs.
And there's that too.
And the Broncos have a lot of hype. And
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are very good. I'm just more taking my shot of like, there's got to be one game. And it's a very stupid thing to try to do because there will be one game, but just by the just doing this exercise of trying to predict that one game proves that it won't be this game. Does that make sense? Because it's got to be a game that no one saw coming.
You can't snipe it.
So trying to say you saw it coming, you've already defeated the whole purpose of this game.
But you could also say that real quick about every other game like this,
That's true.
and then you could take away the power.
Okay, I think that game is going to be the Saints. I think that game's going to be the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really many. I think it's going to be the Giants.
Maybe the Falcons.
Maybe that's a close spread. I'm talking like
big
someone
underdog.
who's like more than a field goal plus underdog.
Okay.
I mean, we had it last year. Remember the Patriots beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Raiders beat the Ravens week 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's just weird shit happens in September that we then look back in week 17 and we say, wait, how did the Raiders beat the Ravens?
And week 3, was that 2 years ago? That was when the Broncos got 70 points put on them by the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Your Monday Night Football game last year.
Yep.
The Commanders beating the Bengals.
Yep.
And everyone was like, oh, well,
Joe
how
Burrow.
is this?
First.
And then we look
overall
back.
quarterback.
That one's a little different because we look back and we're like, oh, that makes sense. But there's always something that will shock us early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Saints beating the Cowboys last year, 44-19. Just look out for it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, the Broncos probably going to kill them.
I do like the Broncos a lot. But I'm starting to get to the point where the Broncos have become everyone's like sexy brand new team. That alarm bells are going off.
We call it the Regis Philbin team.
Yeah.
When Regis Philbin used to, God rest his soul, when he used to go on Good Morning America and be like, I like this team. He's like, all right, that's it.
When I hear Max say something, I pick up the phone and go, yeah, there's a bubble.
Yeah, exactly. Regis has picked the Broncos.
Yep.
Sell. What are you going to say, Max?
It's just crazy. Memes brought this up. The Saints had a point differential of 91 to 29 to start the year last year.
Everyone last year was
insane.
like, they're revolutionizing offense.
Yeah.
Okay. 49ers and Seahawks. Don't know. Gonna just take the Seahawks because it's a divisional game and they're the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, do people forget that Sam Darnold also got rehabbed by Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah.
Because it's all gone to Kevin O'Connell. He got the double dose. He got the best double dose you could possibly get.
Yeah.
He got the hydroxychloroquine and the, what's the other one? Ivermectin. Yeah, he got both of them. And so he's like been totally healed. I'm excited to see how his face looks in a Seahawks helmet.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look really wide.
I do too.
That's my
Very
analysis
wide
about this game.
And I also think you got to remember that Brandon Ayuk's not playing, right?
He's not playing, and
They traded Debo.
neither is Demarcus Robinson.
So they need Ricky
And-
Pearsall to step up.
Juwan Jennings, we don't know right now.
Yeah.
At the time we're taping. So, yeah, Ricky Pearsall. But apparently he's been awesome. He's been, like, incredible in training camp.
Yeah. No, I know that he's someone that everyone's looking at like breakout year. I just, again, this is week one. I do think the Niners are going to be good this year, but I'm just going to take the home underdog in a divisional game.
Yeah. Also look for Jalen Milroe, maybe.
Ooh.
They might get him out
Little
there.
package.
Mhm.
Little package. Lions and Packers. This is a good game. I'm going to do something right now to guard myself. I'm going to take the Packers in this game. The Packers are the best team in the NFL. I don't even think it's close.
Not close.
They're going to win the Super Bowl.
Well, what about this?
This is an emotional
Micah
guard.
Parsons.
Whoop, put it up.
Micah Parsons might be injured. The back injury might be real.
Well, we're going to talk to Howie Long right now in a minute, and he did the alleged.
Yeah, but they're talking about like injecting him with epidurals and shit.
Yeah.
The guy's gonna be taking back shots.
PFT, I don't think it matters. I think the Packers, even without Micah Parsons, are the best team in the NFL.
Okay, I like this doubling down. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
do you know how tough you have to be as a man to take back shots?
That's true.
Like it's not women take back shots
Yeah.
when you're giving
Okay.
birth. Yeah.
Yeah. She has multiple children.
No, but the epidurals. It doesn't. Again, I think I said this on Monday, but backs don't tend to really improve that much.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of got to manage them. But you're probably right. He's like the best in the world at what he does. The Packers were already a great roster.
And I just want to be fully transparent with everyone. If the Packers somehow don't win the Super Bowl, which would be pretty crazy if they don't, I will be first in line saying I was wrong. First in line saying I was wrong.
You're going to start the line.
I will start the line saying I was wrong. Hand up. The Packers were not as good as I thought they were.
I think you got to lead a line. I think you have to do a procession.
I'll be the number one guy in the line saying, hey, guys, I got it wrong. I thought the Packers were the best team by far, and I was wrong.
I am just looking out for Micah's health, though. I think if I was the Packers, here's what I do. Because right now, Big Cat, you're right. They've got the best route. They've got a great chance at winning the Super Bowl. You don't want to push the back.
Yeah.
You should rest Micah Parsons till he's completely healed. I'd say 2 weeks into the season, give him 2 weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
Week 3, bring him back in. I think that's against the Browns. Bring him back against the Browns.
Got it.
And have him play there. So whoever they play in week 2,
It could be anyone.
it could be anyone.
Literally anyone.
He should rest for that game as well.
Who are they playing week 2?
I'm not sure.
I know the answer. Is it Thursday Night Football?
Oh, it's the
Against the
Commanders
Commanders,
Thursday night.
yeah.
Yeah, a short week.
Yeah, no, but you said that without knowing.
Short. Yeah, I had no idea. I just knew it was a short week. It was a Thursday night. If he's going to play this week, which it looks like he's probably going to try, don't make him rush back out there on Thursday night.
Yeah.
That's how he gets hurt.
And the Lions are going to be good. The Packers are the best team in football. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You got to put your hand up. Speaking of bad backs, Texans at Rams. Rams -3 over under 43.5. Thoughts?
I think this is going to be a lot of defense.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the Rams defense is awesome. I think we know that the Texans defense is very, very good too. They've got great cornerbacks.
We also know the Texans' offensive line is not great. We also know that Matthew Stafford has a bad back and hasn't played at all in training camp.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I think this is going to be an ugly one.
Do we know that the Texans' offensive line is bad?
Well, they lost some good ones.
Well, they were bad last year.
Yeah, and then they lost their best player.
Then they got rid of a lot of the players that were on the bad offensive line.
So maybe they'll be good.
So there's a lot of guys that are playing on this offensive line that weren't on the bad offensive line.
But you did also trade your best player.
That's true.
On the offensive line.
That is very true.
Yeah, and Laramie Tunsil. Last game, best game, Ravens at Bills. Bills minus 1.5, over under 50.5. I think you know this, BFT, but I'll just share this with everyone else. Derrick Henry has played 9 years in the NFL. I think he's eclipsed 2,000 yards twice. He's won a bunch of rushing titles. He still is 500 yards away from his total rushing yards in high school.
That's insane, yeah.
He's played 9 years in the NFL, and he still had more yards in high school.
I like looking at his box scores because it's absurd what he was doing to high school.
In 4 years in high school, he had 12,124 yards. In 9 years in the NFL, he's had 11,423 yards.
How many kids do you think he made quit playing football?
Oh, so many.
I'd say probably like 3 a game.
So many. He had 153 touchdowns in 4 years.
Or he made kids on the defense quit his own team.
Oh,
yeah. I don't want to tackle
Like
this guy.
spring, yeah, like in the summer, like early practice. No.
55 touchdowns in his senior year, 4,261 yards. That's literally when you play like on college football rookie or freshman level, and you're like, I'm just going to score 90 points, get my guy the Heisman.
Mm-hmm. Can we all agree that whoever wins this game, it's going to be impactful on playoff seeding?
Although remember, Prisco told us the Bills should have a good, easy schedule to start. But yeah, I think it's fun to treat this like a playoff game. Could we also say it's going to be impactful on the MVP?
Yes.
I think it will.
We can say that.
Well, do you think this is a Lamar revenge? I should have won the MVP. Who should have been the MVP? Should have been.
No, I think it's a Mark Andrews revenge. I should have caught that ball.
Yeah. Oh, the Bills are underdogs. Did that switch? Did that flip? Bills are plus 1.5. That's my apologies.
Home dogs?
Home dogs. Home dogs.
I like the Bills then.
No wind.
Probably me and everyone else.
Bosa's on the Bills.
What do you mean?
We got to remind people that.
No Bills.
Oh, that's not this year.
Wait, what team is Sincere
that's next
McCormick
year.
on? I already forgot.
Shit. And what about that Gary Whitfield or whatever?
Is that a serial killer?
I don't know.
That's a great serial killer name.
Gary Whitfield definitely killed some people in Nebraska in like 1970.
Yeah.
We don't even have it.
Sincere? You don't know Sincere?
Ohio.
Oh.
Wrong guy. Wrong state. Nope.
Oh, wait.
Forgot to say anything.
Abort. Oh.
We can't move on until we find out where Sincere is.
Yeah. Oh, abort. All right, let me do, because we're going to do a TD parlay. While you look that up, DraftKings, by the way, we're going to have this listed in the DraftKings Sportsbook. Don't let one bad leg haunt your parlay. Parlays turn into payouts, and now even near misses won't haunt your bet. The NFL season is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is rewriting the rules with Ghost Leg, a new game-changing promotion that turns close calls into cold, hard cash. Best of all, it's available to all DraftKings customers. Here's how it works. Build any 3+ leg pregame NFL parlay on Sunday. Apply your Ghost Leg token, and if one leg loses, DraftKings makes it vanish like it never existed and pays you out in cash for the rest. Last season, over 30 million parlays were lost by a single leg. This year, Ghost Leg gives those busted bets a second life. So go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE to unlock Ghost Leg, the promotion that makes one bad leg disappear and pays you out in real cash. Ghost your losses. Get your payout in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. All right, TD parlay. We will do me, Hank, PFT. One of us loses. Max will get in.
Sounds
so
good.
3-legger. Let's do all afternoon and night.
Okay.
All right, so go bet on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Give us a pick, Hank.
I didn't know we were doing afternoon. Give me a second.
Okay, that's fine. That's no problem. We're gonna do afternoon and night. I'm gonna take Matthew Golden for the Packers.
Okay.
I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins for the Broncos.
Okay.
I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs from the Lions.
Okay, so there it is. That is our DraftKings TD parlay. Now let's finish off.
We're Sincere.
We're Sincere.
Sincere is still with the San Francisco 49ers since August.
Okay. Since August. All right. Picks. So we'll figure out the punishment later. We're going to do 2 picks each. We do an over/under. We do a spread. Memes, would you like to start?
I'd love to.
All right. Memes, you start.
Hank has brought it.
You can't pick the same pick, Zach. That's the only thing.
Hank did win last year if he wants to.
Oh, Hank, would you like to start? Or would you like the wraparound?
No, I'll start.
Okay.
I'm going to take. Can I take the Friday game?
Yeah, you can take the Friday game.
I'm going to take the Chargers +3.
Okay. Chargers +3. Memes, why don't you go?
I'm going to go over 48.5. Bengals, Browns.
Okay. Max.
I am going to go over. Actually, no. I'm going to take Jets +3.
Fuck yeah.
Jets +3.
I think it moved. No, it's back to 3. It was 2.5 before.
Go ahead. Zach.
I would like to take the Commanders -6.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take Panthers, Jaguars over 46.5.
Shit. That was going to be my pick.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. All right, I'm going to take Bucks, Falcons over 46.5. And you know what? I'll put my money where my mouth is. Well, actually, I have a couple of those. I'll do the Colts -1.5. Daniel Jones. Believing.
Does it go back? Is it snake?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Falcons +1.5.
Okay.
I would like to take the Titans Broncos under 42.5.
I like that pick.
I'm taking a fun over first week. Lions Packers over 47.5.
That's a fun over.
That is a fun over.
Taking the Rams -3.
Okay.
Is my Devontae Adams game of the week.
Oh, memes.
I just love Devontae.
I'll also be taking a fun over. I'm taking the Steelers Jets over 38.5.
Oh,
Very
yuck.
Yuck.
I like that. You're going to have to fight for every inch.
Yep.
All right, so last thing before we get to Eli Manning and Howie Long, talk some more football with them. We are retiring fantasy fuckboys.
R.I.P. Pour one out.
R.I.P.
Well, kind of retired. We'll bring him back maybe for the European games,
Yeah,
maybe.
they might just slip in every now and then, but for week to week, they will be retired. We always reserve the right to bring them back. Instead, we are going to do a fantasy minute with Jerry O'Connell, and it is a video he's going to send us, and if he goes over a minute, we cut it off exactly at a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So here's our Jerry O'Connell. He did 58 seconds.
Yeah, I know. It
this
was
week.
less than a minute.
Yeah. So this is Jerry O'Connell's fantasy minute before we get to our interviews.
What's up, AWLs? Jerry O here with your Week 1 fantasy recap. We had a great draft. We drafted with our first pick Saquon. Way to go, Max. We got Brock with our next pick. Jaden, who's going to break all records. We got Devontae of the Rams. I did Kelly Stafford's podcast. Cheated on you guys. Did a great job. Cleaned things up a little bit. Kept the ums to a minimum. You fucking assholes, AWLs. And saw the man himself. And I think Devontae's going to have a great season. Our big question tonight, Week 1. Do we start Javonte of the Cowboys over Jordan Mason? I'm going with Javonte. He's ranked just a touch higher. I know the Eagles defense is better than the Bears defense. Sorry, Big Cat. But I just feel like Dallas is going to have to score a lot of points. And it's opening night of football. Let's get in the end zone. Javonte, let's go. Part of my take, fantasy recap. I'm the manager. Me.
All right.
Okay, there it is.
That's it. We did draft Saquon, but I am also a part of the group chat that Jerry was dropped into. Within about 5 minutes of the draft ending, he started spamming everybody in the group chat, trying to trade Saquon away.
Okay.
Have you guys also noticed that we had an email thread from Camp Barstool, and Jerry O'Connell is now using that email thread with like everybody in Barstool as his personal group chat?
I did not see that. Wait, what has he been emailing?
Someone asked about like did anyone make a purchase at the store in Wisconsin, and he replied like, "Wasn't me, I promise."
Also, listen, it's a long season. We got to see what happens. Did anyone else get the vibe that our fantasy manager wasn't exactly ready when every single time his pick came up, he asked for help on Twitter?
From everyone. He wanted advice from everybody except for Adam Schefter.
I was a little concerned that every time our pick came up, he just tweeted like, "I need help, pick coming up, who should I take?"
Also, just the most bizarre time for a draft.
Yeah, what was time?
It was yesterday at, I think, like 3.
Yeah, that is a weird
3
time.
p.m.
That's a weird time.
He also yeah, he spammed the group chat with a lot of requests for trades, and he claimed online that he got an A for the draft, or a B plus maybe.
No one gets an A or a
but
B plus.
In the group chat, I've got it right here. He said he got a D.
Okay.
He was graded out as getting a D.
Yeah, so he didn't get an A.
He did not get an A.
He may have tweeted 200 times during this draft.
It was crazy.
I was just scrolling for like 2 minutes trying to find when the draft started.
Yeah, look at this. AWLs and even Adam Schefter. Devontae, what did he say? Devontae, what was the one? Go back. Devontae, Garrett, or Tet in the 4th. Need answer. You're our manager.
And this was every round.
And then one random person, Cliff, said, Devontae Adams said, okay, done.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of confidence in the guy right now.
That's okay. Listen, he surprised us before. Were we in the finals last year? No, we were in the semis.
A couple years.
Praise for DeMar.
The DeMar
Praise
year.
for DeMar.
We were in the finals.
So he's proven that he can do it. It's just this year I was a little, I guess was my spidey sense was up when he was asking for help on every pick.
Yeah, he did prove his worth in the DeMar year, though.
Yeah.
When he jumped into the fracas and he was like, hey,
Prayers for DeMar.
we're prayers for DeMar, but we're playing this out.
Yeah.
Prayers for DeMar.
Prayers for DeMar. All right, let's get to our interviews. We got Eli Manning in studio, and then we have Howie Long, and we'll finish up with Fyre Fest.
Before we get to Eli Manning, he's brought to you by YouTube. Football's back, and the only place fans can watch every game every Sunday is NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket provides fans with the ultimate viewing experience with features like multi-view, where you can watch up to 4 games at the exact same time, including NFL Red Zone. You got key plays to catch up or replay the biggest moments in each game, and Jerry O'Connell's favorite feature, Fantasy View, to track your players' scores right alongside each game. Big Cat, power rank, what for Sunday 1 p.m. games would you want to watch in the multi-view?
Okay, in the multi-view, I'm going to go Giants Commanders. I'm going to go Dolphins Colts. Daniel Jones, very interested to see what he's doing. Buccaneers Falcons, and then I'm going to toss in the Bengals and the Browns. That's my multi-view.
I like that. And right now you can get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Sign up today at youtube.com/partofmytake to get started. Tell them the football guys at Part of My Take sent you. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal dates. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. And now, here is Eli Manning.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest. It is 2-time Super Bowl champion, Eli Manning, in studio. You're doing a really fun thing with King's Hawaiian this football season. So we got I think you're serving us lunch today.
I am serving you lunch.
Yeah. So I saw the whole tailgate out there. What's like? Are you traveling around with King's Hawaiian this year? Because this is gonna be fun. It's the best food. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, no, it's excited to partner with King's Hawaiian again and be a part of their Slider Sunday campaign. So I think as you get into the fall, everybody's excited for the football season, obviously, but a big part of football season is tailgating or just watching games at home, having friends, having family over, and it starts with great food. And it's a staple in our household is King's Hawaiian and their rolls. So we have like a big kind of slider bar set up with, so you got your King's Hawaiian rolls and you just got your different proteins because we got so many kids around. So some are like grilled cheese, some are, hey, just a little turkey. You got your burgers, got your chicken. So a bunch of stuff. And so it's just it just makes sense to partner with them again because they're such a staple in our household.
All right, so what does your NFL Sunday look like now? Because I'm very curious. We take our NFL Sundays very seriously. The amount of food we eat, the amount of games we watch. Are you able to lock into every game, or are you, got an eye on it, and then the kids, and then? Yeah,
so the Sundays, I guess, we usually go to the Giants home games. So the first 2 weeks this year, they're on the road. So I'm kind of looking at my Sundays coming up, and I got kids that play a lot of sports. So we got some flag football in the morning, we got some hockey in the morning. So kind of get that stuff in, and then we're kind of usually done by around 1 o'clock where, you're home and it's, kind of having friends and family over, watching the Giants game, watching, all the other games and dialed in. So have a big spread of food and just kind of take it in. So I think that's kind of the new tradition that I didn't get to do for a long time. Obviously, was playing on Sundays, and but growing up, used to go to Saints games. But the away games, it's weird. You kind of look forward to the away games when the Giants are away, because then you get to hang at the house and like kind of create your own little party and have your slider Sundays.
Yeah.
You get multiple TVs, or are you just locked in on one?
Yeah, just kind of locked in on one. You might have, different rooms might have a different game on a little bit, but just kind of, try to. I tend to stay with the NFC. I think just because having played in the NFC so long, I feel like I know those teams better, and more curious. It always, when I was watching games, even when I was playing, I was always watching the NFC because it was more relevant to what I was doing, unless I was watching one of Peyton's games. But so I tend to watch the NFC.
Do you still get the tape, like the all 22? Do you watch that?
I do that for like preparation for Monday Night Football. So I do that if we have a game. So if as you get into the season, if I know, hey, next week, we're doing whatever, Dallas and Philadelphia. If one of those two teams are playing, I might tend to kind of watch the TV version of that a little bit. You see, you kind of hear some analysis of what's going on, and see some different replays. But yeah, if I'm watching film and preparation, I'm on the all 22 and doing a little deeper dive.
So you've been retired for a while now. Do you still have like the itch in the summertime when training camp starts? You're like, this is about to be football season, or you're like, no, I'm
like, this
so
is
happy.
Awesome. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I still, August hits and everybody's like, I remember, thinking like late July, like, oh, summer's almost over. I'm like, no. I still got like 6 weeks of summer late July. Our kids don't go back till after Labor Day. And no, I enjoy the summer and getting to play some golf, run around with the kids, go to the beach a little bit, and just have a little downtime before the fall hits, because all of a sudden football season comes and and kids are back in school and sports, and it kind of becomes a grind again, which is fun as well.
Yeah, after guys leave the NFL, I'm always curious to know, like, what is their first experience with an NFL Sunday like, where they get to actually sit down on a couch and just take it all in. Because you don't get to see that. I mean, if you have a bye week, I guess you get the chance to watch the primetime games.
Yeah.
But just spending all day on your couch watching television, it's the best.
It is.
It is so fun. And so I'm happy for guys that get to experience that for the first time.
Yeah. No, it is fun, and it's awesome to do. And I think it depends on how your retirement went, is whether you enjoy that or don't enjoy it. If you kind of got to end it on your own terms and say, hey, I'm ready to be done. I've played enough. And I don't want to play football anymore, it's easier to sit on the couch and watch the games. If you kind of get retired where you want to keep playing it, no one wants you to play anymore, you're watching it and you're like, oh, I could be playing better than this guy. I'm better than that guy. Then you're kind of bitter at it. So I was happy. I was like, I'm done. I'm ready to be done. I'm going to watch games. I'm going to root for these guys. I'm going to root for the Giants. I hope they win. I hope the new, Daniel Jones does well. But, when he was there at the time, still to this day, I hope Russell Wilson does awesome this season. So I'm watching all the games, rooting for the quarterbacks, rooting for players I've gotten to know over the years. And so it's I enjoy my Sundays.
All right, so you were up for the Hall of Fame this year. You had a very gracious answer when you didn't make the Hall of Fame, which obviously is to be expected because you're good at the media. You're a very good guy, and you're like, I'm happy for all the other guys. At what point can we – I think you need to, like, game plan this, and, like, if it's, like, year 7 or 8, just do a heel turn and be like, no, this is fucking bullshit. Like, I won 2 Super Bowls. What the fuck are we doing?
Put some pressure on.
Yeah, will you at some point, will you start doing that and being like, you know what? This is absolute bullshit. I should be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think that's just not really my personality. I don't think that's gonna happen.
What if it takes like 15 years? Could we get that?
No, it's just like, shit. I'm sorry. If one day I change my mind and I become like the bitter ex-football player, hey, back in our day we were tough, and like I become that guy where I always thought it was very easy. Oh, playing this guy sucks. It's easy to play quarterback. No, I know it's hard. Like that's why when I commentating, like I know it's difficult. I know they got a hard job, and I can relate to what they're going through. I think, unfortunately, after a certain amount of years, you forget how hard it is, I think, and you're like, oh, it's easy. It looks so. You see other guys playing well, and you forget it's difficult, and then you become the bitter guy. So if I ever become the bitter guy, I'll come back on the show and I'll start my campaign.
Yeah, you can do it here.
All
you could be like, hey, this is absolute bullshit. This guy's in the Hall of Fame. He shouldn't be in. Are you like? you obviously want to be in the Hall of Fame. It'd be an incredible honor to be there. In Canton, there's only a few hundred. Have you thought about that moment? Have you let yourself think about that moment, or are you just like, hey, when it happens, it happens?
Well, I'm scared of public speaking, so it's almost like I'm kind of scared. Like, what would my speech be? Like, what if I screw up that? It's gonna be a lot of preparation. So no, I think obviously it would be an unbelievable, dream to join the greatest players to play the game, and to be a part of that group would be a tremendous honor. But it's not something that it's gonna change my life forever if I get in. Like, I'm proud of my football career. I'm proud of my teammates. I'm proud of the friendships I've made through football. So that'll always be more important than some honor or award that's given to you after you're done.
Has Peyton worn the gold jacket around you?
Yeah, he wears it all the time. It's like our just a Sunday dinner. Like, we're back in New Orleans,
What a dick.
and he just pops on the gold jacket. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
I remember when Shannon Sharp got in the Hall of Fame, he said something very nice. He said, "I'm not even the best football player in my family." That would have been nice if Peyton had said something like that in his speech. Did you talk to him about that?
He would be lying. Yeah. Yeah, talking about my dad, maybe.
Yeah.
You just have to be very careful when they make the bust. If you go in the Hall of Fame, you have to practice the face or you could give us a Manning face as a bust, which
Manning face, yeah. I don't know, how they choose that. I mean, I'm sure Peyton had a lot of directions and tried to wear his hair different, more down and flat down, so he wouldn't show as much forehead. But it didn't work.
I heard you saying that Peyton's a big voice memo guy.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't really text. He just sends how long are these voice memos that he sends you when you guys are prepping?
Well, when we're prepping, he sent he sent one the other day. He goes, "Hey Eli, you should watch Chicago's." He sent me a text saying you should watch Chicago's first preseason game. I'll send a little voice memo on the plays, and he went through every single play that Caleb Williams ran and gave a memo on it. I'm like, that's not really the point. You don't have to give me every single play. Why would I even watch it now? Give me a little recap or something. So it's that one. I mean, Caleb Williams only played a few series, so it was 10 minutes. I was like, it'd be faster for me to just go watch the game than listen to your voice memos sometimes. But he's left me 35-minute voice memos before.
What's the completion percentage on your listening to the voice memo?
Well, that's when he started. I think he started realizing I'm not listening to the whole thing.
No way would you ever listen.
Because I would have a response. He's like, "Wait, didn't you or I'd repeat something he said or maybe contradict something he said without knowing it." He's like, "Wait, didn't you listen to my whole voicemail?" I'm like, "Yeah, I made it through 7 or 8 minutes." He's like, "No, it was 35 minutes long." I'm like, "I need the cliff notes of your voice memo," which we actually started doing. Someone started typing out the main points and then sending that to me. So I kind of get the idea. I'm like, I just don't have I don't have 35 minutes all the time to sit down and listen to you talk. Yeah. And then he started leaving little halfway through the voice memos, he'd be like, "Eli, this is a test to see if you're still listening," and have some code word "Hey, the gravy was good. Text me that if you listen to this thing." Of course, I don't text him. He's like, "I know you didn't listen to it." And you're like, "I know I didn't listen. I'm telling you, I'm not listening to it. You got to cut it down. I need it 15 minutes and under."
I feel like there should be, how you can listen to podcasts on 1.5 speed, 2 times speed. That should be an option for voice memo too. So you can just breeze through it.
Yes.
So when it comes to your prep for things, what is your side if you're doing the Manning cast and you're getting ready to watch? Obviously, you watch the games, but I feel like your strength on the show is kind of busting Peyton's balls.
Right.
When he gets his head too big a little bit.
Yes.
So how do you prep for that?
Well, a lot of it is, we kind of get some ideas. Peyton and I will talk, and maybe our producers and people will do a good job of something we say in our preparation. And we say, hey, whatever. Chicago does a great job of running bang eights, and so they'll respond back to hey, what's a bang eight? Maybe y'all can explain that, or hey, something we say that we're using our terminology that we need to explain it to the fans, and so. Peyton will say, "All right, I'll get up and I'll go through the route tree and I'll go through everything." So when I know he's going to get up and do something, that's when I'm like, all right, what can I bust him on now? Like when he's up there and he's on the spot and he's explaining something, the vein starts coming out in his head. He starts talking real fast and mumbling over everything. That's when I have to shine, and like I gotta ask him a bunch of questions. I gotta get him more flustered. I gotta get him going here. So that's when I start kind of thinking outside the box.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
It's a great show. Who's your favorite guest you've had on?
I gotta go Snoop Dogg. I mean, obviously just a legend in Snoop Dogg. He had a fog machine, I think, in his room.
That's what
because
it was,
it was definitely a fog machine. Yeah, it was definitely a fog machine. He was snacking on stuff, and he gave me a Death Row Records gold chain. It was my birthday. He offered to me on the show. He sent it to me. I got it the next week. So, I like getting gifts. Obviously, seems like y'all get a lot of gifts in here, and y'all put it up. So.
We do.
We keep it nice.
I told
and
you,
tidy.
this is about as clean as we get in here.
It looks good.
Yeah, we cleaned it up for you.
Thank you.
It's very lived in. Yeah.
I don't know if you know this about us, but we're kind of like the podcast version of you. We're the Iron Man.
You are.
Of the podcast. I don't think we've ever missed a show.
Never missed a show.
Never
9
missed a
years.
show. Yeah.
9 years.
9
Never
years.
missed a show.
How long did you go without missing a game?
I went 14 years.
Whew.
Or 15 years. So you got a few more years to catch up.
I think we can do it. What's the worst thing that you ever played through?
Ooh, well, I'd say there is a tie. There was a tie. I separated my right shoulder week 1 versus Dallas in 07 season. So, like, as a quarterback, throwing with a separated shoulder does not feel good. And then I ruptured my plantar fascia in my foot 1 year. So the most painful thing was the cortisone shot that I got through my heel. They went in through the heel and then put the needle all the way into the middle of my foot where your plantar fascia is. That was the worst pain I've ever been in my life. So
Yeah.
I mean, a cortisone shot it's a big needle. They're like, we're gonna put this through your heel and to get into the middle of your foot. I'm like, I don't get it. You gotta explain that again one more time. So that was tough.
How did you weigh that as you're in the middle of the streak where obviously it's important to you to be dependable to your teammates, right? Like you want to be there. You want to be known as a guy that if you call my number, I'm going to be ready for you on Sunday. But then you also have to weigh that with, hey, I have a separated shoulder. Maybe I'm not the best quarterback on the team right now.
Right. And I think that's kind of what, like that week, I didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday. So Friday was my first day of throwing and practicing. And you just kind of feel it out on that day. It's like, hey, can I make these throws? And am I going to be able to help the team, or am I going to be a liability and put us in a bad situation? So I think that's the idea. And I think it's always, like, hey, is the adrenaline of the game going to get me through this, which I always think it will. And I think, so you always want to be there for your teammates. You always want to play. I think about my offensive linemen. Those guys are like always hurt. They're always banged up. They're sore going into the first game just from training camp of 2-a-days. Back when we had 2-a-days of hitting each other. So you didn't want to be like, oh, I got this little thing, I can't play. You want to kind of set the standard. Hey, I want to be at practice. It's important to be at practice. It's important to be into games, and just never felt that the injury I had was gonna make us worse. I always thought, hey, with me out there, just be able to get in, even just from the mental side, get in and out of good and bad plays, just to run the system, knowing what everyone's doing, the checks, that I can figure out how to manage this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you also and this is going to be a compliment, but it might seem like it's not. You were good at a self-sack, where it's like, I'm screwed. Maybe I won't just get killed here.
Right.
I'll just go down. Do you have a favorite self-sack where you're like, man, I'm happy I went down there?
Yeah, there's a couple. It wasn't a self-sack, but in that same, I remember we're playing in Philadelphia. We're at the 1 yard line, and it's 3rd or 4th down. And this is early on. This is maybe 05, 06. And we're going to go quarterback sneak. And, I've done a few quarterback sneaks, not great, but I always just kind of like take one step back and go low. And the coordinator says, hey, think about going high on this one. Like, jump up, do the old, Drew Brees.
Superman, yeah.
Yeah, Superman, like put the ball over the goal line. I'm like, all right, I'm going to think about that. And all of a sudden, like right before Jeremiah Trotter is he goes high. Like if I would have gone high, we would have connected like head to head, and I probably would have died. So that was my greatest decision. Like, nope, I'm going to go under, got the touchdown, and right there. But yeah, I think, I was never wanted to take extra hits. I think as a quarterback, it's easy to get hurt in this game. It's something you screw up a little something, it can affect the whole game. And so just there are definitely times to kind of learn how to throw, shield your body. Don't just take hits right to the face all the time, and take these, kind of throw and get down and just avoid those big hits.
Yeah, and it is a skill. Like there, see Mahomes, even Lamar Jackson, where like he's running a lot, but it feels like he very rarely gets fully squared up.
Right.
And it's like he's got that skill of like, hey, I'm either gonna get out of bounds or go down or get skinny here to make sure that I can keep playing.
Guys even used to make fun of me because of the way I slid. Even when I slid, I would slide and I would like turn, and so my back was like to the players. So I would turn to the side and they're like, why do you slide like? Why don't you slide like a normal slide in the second base, like chest up? I'm like, because if someone wants to come and just hit me head to head, and like that's the worst hit when you're sliding your chest up and someone just dives at you.
Trevor Lawrence
hit your head, head back. I'm like, it's not worth me getting knocked out of the game. Even though I'm giving myself up, they can still hit me. They could get a 15-yard penalty, and I'm knocked into next week. So that's why I'm not taking I'm not going to put myself out there just to get rocked. And because of that, hey, I never took that hit to miss a game or get knocked out.
Yeah, I do think that's when you see not even a hard hit, but just a light hit if a quarterback is sliding on their back that just glances off the forehead, bounces back into the turf.
Yeah, and you hit the back of your head, and you're concussed, and you're out.
Yeah, I always thought that there's like an art to falling.
Yes.
Whether you're running back, I mean, I do a podcast with Arian Foster, and he always talks about how he would practice falling down and how practice getting tackled.
Yeah.
During the week, and it was something that helped him with longevity. Is that something that you tried to do too?
Yeah, I think just kind of. I mean, you didn't want to think about it. I mean, the coaches weren't like, hey, you always want to finish your throw and make sure you're stepping in the throw and you're not, ducking too soon. But there is an art to, getting tackled. I think flexibility is a huge thing as a quarterback. As you're getting tackled, being flexible is so you can take some of those hits, or if you get tangled in weird moments, you kind of pop out of it and don't get hurt. So I think there is an art to not taking the big hit.
Yeah, I have just a straight up compliment for you. I think that you were very good in terms of how you would always handle any mistakes that were made during a game, maybe by a teammate. You would always be like, hey, it's my fault. And I feel like that's something that we tell quarterbacks to do all the time, which is if there's an interception, that's your responsibility. You have to say, that's my fault. But the reality is a lot of times it's not the quarterback's fault, but you have to say it out loud. Did you have somebody that you could talk to and be like, hey, that wasn't my fault. Just so you know, I didn't fuck that up. He fucked that up. I'm going to have to say that it's my fault, but I want you to know that it wasn't.
I think there's a different, kind of reality of what is, what you say to the media, how they handle that, and then what's said internally with your, the coaches in team meetings. People know what's going on and what really happened on certain plays. But I think as the quarterback, I just said, hey, I can handle this. I would rather, the media be on me than be on my, this young receiver, because if his confidence goes down, it might take a while to get back up. It might take him 3 more games before he's, fully confident, and he's going to go and have drops, and it's going to lead to more stuff. So, hey, let me take the heat, let him get through the media, be fine. And so, and now, hey, we have a little trust here. Hey, I got your back, right? Yeah. I got your back. I'm not going to throw you under the bus ever. But you owe me now. You got to start make up a play for me. So I think that's what kind of brings that teamwork. And as a quarterback, hey, you probably get too much credit when things go well, and too much blame when things goes bad. But that's kind of being a part of the position.
I would imagine one of the hardest parts of being a quarterback is especially the young quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks. You're now the face of the franchise. You have all the eyes on you. You have all the the expectations on you. Was there something that you did when you were a young quarterback that you made a mistake? Maybe it was with the media where you're like, all right, can't do that again, because it's got to be pretty daunting to get drafted and be like, all right, it's yours. This is your franchise.
Right. No, it's hard, and especially in New York, I think, and I mean every city, but in New York, there's so many different people coming after you. There's so many different outlets and talk radio shows and newspapers and stories coming out that you have a bad game, or you have a second bad game, and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting killed here. I want to defend myself a little bit, and defending yourself hey, do you accidentally or kind of take a shot at the offensive coordinator or a player, or the O-line didn't block very well, or all of a sudden you do that one time just to like, hey, get away, and your players see that, and you're like, oh shoot, now I've opened up another storm of stuff, and so you learn very quickly if there are problems, if there are things going on, it's best to bring that up with the group. Like, let's keep this internal instead of going out and solving problems with the media. That is not the answer.
Yeah, was there a moment when you were a young quarterback where you're like, all right, I think I'm now the leader of this team? Because it's thrust upon you,
right?
But it probably is a little unnatural where it's like you're coming in, it's a locker room of NFL players who all have been playing in the NFL and older guys, and it's like, why would they listen to me just because I got drafted high and I'm the quarterback? Was there that, like, not light bulb, but maybe a light bulb where you're like, all right, I think I have this now. Like, these guys are responding to me.
Right. I mean, it's honestly probably like that, not until you're like your third year in as the starter, I think, just because, and it depends a little bit on the organization. But when I got to New York, like, you have Michael Strahan, you have Tiki Barber, like, you had some Shockey, like, you have big personalities, guys that had been to Pro Bowls, they'd been in Super Bowls, they're future Hall of Famers, and it takes a while for you to earn their respect, and to for them to see, hey, this kid's working his tail off, he's doing all the right work, he's taking hits, he's taking blame when he doesn't have to. Like, it takes all that time for you to really kind of earn their respect, where you can be a voice, where you can tell them if they're not doing something wrong, or if they're not doing something right, or they got to pick up their game. When you can tell your 10-year veteran Amani Toomer, hey, that wasn't the right route. Hey, you got to be better at this. It just takes time for it to be your team, where you think you know the offense well enough, you know the game well enough, where you're very confident that when what you're saying, it's the correct thing.
Yeah.
And even going into, I think it was your fourth year, it was still kind of a question mark. Like,
sure.
Are you the guy
in
New York? And nobody really knew the answer to that question. Did you feel like that was a make or break year for you?
100%. Going into that fourth year, I think it was we'd been to the playoffs the 2 years before, had not won a playoff game. And, Coach Coughlin, they were kind of after his head a little bit. They're after it. We were a tandem. It's like, hey, are these two guys the right people to run this organization that fourth year? And we lost our first 2 games of the season. We then went on a little win streak, went to another losing streak, but made the playoffs, obviously made the run and answered the question. But, if we play that first playoff game in Tampa and we lose that game, like, who knows what happens? Like, who knows if they say, like, boom, fire Coughlin, get rid of me, and move on. It's like this game is it's hard, it's tough, and things could have changed very differently, and it had a completely different outcome over maybe a few games.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about playing somewhere else?
No, never thought of it. Like, my last year when I knew my time with the Giants was going to be over, and maybe thought about it for 15 minutes in this, and I'm just like, well, where am I going to go? Like, I'm going to end up in Cleveland, and it's like I'm moving my whole family there. Like, why am I playing? Just to get another paycheck, or am I really thinking I can go somewhere and win a championship? And I'm just like, I don't think I can play at the level I need to play, and I don't think I can go to a place that's surrounded with enough talent to get us to a championship or get to the playoffs and maybe make a run. So I said, I love my time in New York after, so many teammates that I had that went to other places, and they always say, hey, it's just different here. I can't explain it exactly, but it's just different on the culture of it. And I never wanted to experience that.
Maybe go to the Chargers for 1 year.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have gone well.
Yeah.
I don't think they were in the mix to bring me in.
When you're making that decision, what was the thing that, like, if you're honest about yourself at the end of your career, you're like, is it the arm strength? What goes that, like, is frustrating? Because I'm sure you're like, man, I used to be able to do this, and now I can't do it.
I think just being able to, like, escape and move in the pocket. You just move you lose those fast twitch reflexes, and so you just can't, like, extend plays just a little bit longer to let that guy open up in the next window. So instead of doing that, you're probably like, all right, I got to get the ball out faster. Like, I can't extend plays, I can't break pockets. So instead of, hey, I can roll out, or I can move in the pocket and drift up and then make this throw, I'm just like, well, I don't have time. I'll take the underneath stuff. So, I mean, if things are wide open down the field, you take it, you can do all those things. It's just the broken plays, which, probably account for like 30 or 40% of most passing plays are you moving around, having to, dodge someone, adjust, hold the ball a little bit longer, and you kind of lose that ability.
Yeah. Your nephew, Arch, at Texas, I saw a story, I think it was Seth Wickersham said that Peyton gives him a lot of like football advice, X's and O's, and you give him a lot of life advice. And one of your life advices to him was never take a picture with a beer in your hand.
Right.
I mean, the picture of you drunk is very funny. I mean, that's
a great picture.
It's a great picture.
That's a classic.
I think I heard the story that you're like, you never know when you're going to blink, but
right.
You were also drunk in that picture.
Right, drunk and blink.
That's a bad combo.
It's a bad combo.
It's a good advice, though, because if you do have a drink in your hand, people just assume you're bombed.
I even said it. Don't ever even take a picture if you're like in a bar and there's just drinks around.
Right.
You don't even have to have it in your hand. Like never take it in your hand. But and it's like almost like a built-in excuse to not take pictures. And
right.
I used to say team rules. We're not allowed to take pictures where alcohol is served. Team rules, which is not a team rule, but like people buy it. I still use it to this day. I'm like, team rules in a bar, can't take a picture. They're like, you're on a team? I'm like, well, it's just a good,
So you still do that today?
Sometimes it's just, it's more just a situation that I'm in. Like you shouldn't always have to take a picture with anyone that asks. Hey, if I'm walking down the street and a kid asks for a picture, 1,000% then I take it. But if I'm at a restaurant or I'm at a bar or hanging out with friends and like I'm in the moment, and almost in a sense, because if anyone sees you taking one picture, it's like, oh, hey, there's Eli, he's taking pictures, and it just ruins. It makes it awkward for you. It makes it awkward for the people you're hanging with, and it just kind of ruins like the mood of what you're doing. And so I think for Arch, just kind of it's like awkward for his teammates if he's having to take a bunch of pictures and they're just sitting there or buddies. So I'm like, this is kind of your excuse or your way to get out of that moment and kind of just kind of shut it down before it gets to be a problem.
Yeah,
that's a really good cheat code.
Yeah, has he asked for more life advice? Have you given him more like, hey, here's how to navigate the whirlwind of quarterbacking?
I think it's more just as things come up. Like I'm not texting him every day like life advice of the day.
Right.
Do this. It's more just when I see him. When I see him around, when he comes to our football camp, or if see him over the summer or something, and we're just chatting, and I kind of just ask how things are going, how's it walking to class, how's it the social life, how's everything going on at Texas, and just kind of talk about things that I dealt with, and obviously it's very different when I was in college to when he's in college now. There were no cell phones,
right?
There were those things you didn't have to worry about, and social media and this and that. But I think he's got a good handle on things. He's he works hard at what he's doing. He's pretty laid back on what people might be saying about him or this or that, and doesn't read into it or get into it. So I think he's handled it very well.
How many more Mannings do we have to be prepared for? Because we need to I think we need to have a update of hey, just so you know, Arch, and then there's gonna be a couple more.
Well, you
guys never end.
You never end. We got Peyton's son Marshall's. He's in 8th grade.
Okay,
he's playing quarterback.
Okay,
so, no pressure on him.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
But I'm not putting any pressure on him. But do we have to be prepared for maybe one or two more Mannings?
Yeah, and then I guess you skip down some girls and it goes down to my son Charlie, who's 6, and and
so
he's playing.
Playing
some flag football. We got first grade flag football coming up, boys.
Yeah.
So get ready.
The name Marshall Manning, that's 2 Heisman's guaranteed. that is a Heisman name.
Yeah, 100%. No.
Do you ever get mad that Arch is so fast?
Yes, I was like, what? Why?
It's bullshit.
What happened? Mannings aren't supposed
it skips it skips a generation. I guess I don't know what's going on. Where did the speed come from? And he's got big quads and legs. I'm like, I have skinny bird legs, and now he's running like a 4.3 out there, and I'm Peyton ran a 5.3 I think his senior year, so I'm just a little bit faster than Peyton.
How would you rate his Manning face? Is it coming along nicely?
Yeah, I think it is coming around. That.
Like, I assume that's a tip you give him too. Like, hey, if there's a bad play or something, like make
Yeah.
sure your mouth is a little open on the sideline.
It's a little open. The eyes are kind of like a little squinted and like little like kind of like it looks hungover a lot. So that was also a big part of the don't take any pictures in a bar. You always look hungover. So.
You're a Manning.
Yeah. You got to be prepared for that. One of the things I love is when you have a guest like Belichick and he gets real nerdy about something about football that I've never even thought about once in my life. From the quarterback position, is there something that we don't talk about in the media that you care very, like whether it's how to hold the ball when you're handing it off, or like what part of the center's butt you got to put your wrist in? Like what's something that you guys think about a lot that maybe we don't see at all?
Well, I think just as you get up to the line of scrimmage and as you go like through your dummy cadence and stuff, hey, I want to go through a dummy cadence to see what the defense is doing. I think they don't look at it enough. Like you can tell, like a lot of times I can tell like how fast his cadence is, how his hands are, how his feet are, whether they're going to snap it or not. And so I think they're just kind of going through the motions of doing it rather than really trying to get the defense to jump off side. So I think there's an art of kind of making your decoy and your real thing look exactly the same. And I think you do it with your snap count. I think you do it with your handoffs and your play action. I think you know whether it's a run, whether it's a pass, like all your little kind of habits or whatnot have to match. I remember they did a study and they said the guys, they said anytime you lick just your right hand, it's a run when you're in the shotgun. If you lick right and left, it's a pass. And I was like, oh, people could be doing that. So then I looking both and like doing some, looking not. It's like got to make it more random.
Have you done a hard count recently? We had Andrew Luck on the show, and he gave us a hard count, and it was actually like a thing of beauty. It was wonderful to listen to.
Yeah, you want a hard count?
Yeah. Would you mind?
All right, we'll do. So this is what we used to have a thing called Daytona. That was like our dummy count. So that means there's no snap count. So our cadence, you get up there and you go through. You go, hey, 54 is the mic, set. 580, hut. All right, hey, easy. Hey, remic it, 58's the mic. And then whatever color you said, if you said red, it was on 1. You said white, it was on 2. You say blue with the number, it was on 3. So after you do a dummy cadence already, and then you get up there, hey, remic it, 54's the mic. Blue 80, hut.
Yeah, I would have jumped. I would have jumped.
Yeah. Offside.
Like you've already done the dummy. You've already changed everything. Like everybody usually thinks the next one's it's coming on 1 and you go on a hard 3. That was an easy jump.
Would you practice it in like private?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just like in front of the mirror?
1,000%. 1,000% under the mirror, where your hands are. And it's like, you can't do too much with your hands. They'll call you. If you move your hands too much, even in shotgun, you can do it. Even we did a lot more under center also. You can't head bob too much. If you do too much head bob and down, they'll call you for moving too much. So you got to be able to what's the limit of having a little bit, and like how do you normally say hut versus what's the dummy one?
Yeah. We're in Chicago. I heard you had your first shot of Malort last night.
I did.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
It's delicious, isn't it?
It's not the word that was first popped out of my head.
It lingers.
Yeah.
It stays with you. That's the thing about Malort. It's like a kidney shot where you take it and then you're like, that's not bad, and then like 10 seconds later you're like, oh wait, that is bad. Yeah, that's staying here.
Not my favorite.
It's like an accomplishment when you get it. Or like the first time you get hit during a game, you're like, all right, we're playing football. It's like, all right, we're drinking tonight. Yeah. Kind of woken up here. But since we're in Chicago, can we talk a little bit about Caleb?
Yeah, please.
So I feel like my take on him, and Big Cat's a Bears fan. I'm a Bears observer, but what I've seen, I think he's still obviously got all the physical talent in the world.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be very good this year. I think Ben Johnson's going to work with him. But when you're watching him last year, what did you see that he was struggling with as a rookie?
I think as a rookie, the hardest thing is to know, like when how quickly can I get through my progressions? Like I know like all week we ran this play, we wanted to throw this deep over route, and we practiced it twice. I hit this over route, and it was great because we in both times. One time I got it versus man, one time I got covered 3. this play is perfect for both those. And all of a sudden you get to the game and you get a different coverage, and it's like, all right, how long do I hang on this thing and try to squeeze it in or hold it a little longer to maybe hit that third window, and I can still make that throw, or hey, let me just get the ball out, take my check down, and we'll come back to it later. Like, I think as the quarterbacks grow, the offensive coordinators will call a more aggressive game and call more shots down the field if you don't get the look on that play. If you just, hey, go get 4 or 5 yards and find a completion, we can, we'll come back to it after we get a first down, and or the next possession we'll come back to it and call that play again. If you're not gonna take a sack and like, oh, I can't call these plays down the field if he can't just make these quick, easy decisions and just keep it going. Like, we can't have the negative plays, and I think that's the young quarterback, and it happens to all of us. It's like, you want to do what you practice, you want to make this play because the coach loved this play, but sometimes you got to just play football and avoid the negative plays, the incompletions, the sacks. Those things are what stop drives, and I think that'll happen as you mature, as you get more comfortable with your offensive coordinator. You have more time with them, and you kind of understand that system, like, of, hey, this is why we're calling this play for this look. If we don't get it, make the best thing possible. Let's avoid the negative play.
What do you think? So from everything I've read, like Ben Johnson talked about it in training camp, like, we're turning the fire hose on him. We're going to throw everything at him so that when we get to week 1, it will look a little easier. Did Coach Coughlin ever do something similar where it's like, hey, we're going to make this really hard on you. We're going to send free guys. We're going to basically tilt it for the defense so that when you do get to the game action, it looks easier.
Yeah, no, I think that's the right play, because I think the especially when you get a new coach, new offense coordinator, they got to know kind of what they're dealing with, what he sees, what he handles, how much. Obviously he has the athletic ability to escape things and do things, but what can we throw at him, and let's give him the tools to everything. He has the ability to check plays and to, if he sees zero, get to zero beaters. Let's give him all that ability. Let's see what he can handle, what he can't handle. How much can we throw on his plate? Is this slowing him down, or is this freeing him up that he can do all these things? So I think you want to see what you have, and then as you start the season, hey, let's start. This is what he can handle. This is our system. And let's do those things, and then we'll kind of grow and grow. But I think preseason, you want to throw everything at him humanly possible, so he's comfortable with these things, and then maybe dial it back down for the start of the season and build back up.
And you hope it clicks. I mean, your 2 Super Bowl runs, were you in the zone? Did it click where you're just like, this is not easy, but I see it all, and it feels good, and the confidence just grows?
Yeah, I mean, I think for both of them, we're very very confident. Also, we're like, I was very confident in how our defense was playing, and it was like, hey, defense is getting sacks. They're playing well, so we don't have to be so aggressive.
Right.
We can just take completions, don't make mistakes, don't turn the ball over, stay in the games. We're running the ball well all of a sudden, and so it's like, hey, just play to the circumstances of the game, and saying, hey, we're going to go out there, we got to score 35 points. If we don't score 35, there's no way we're winning. That's a hard way to play, because then you think, hey, I can't take a sack here, or this third down, I got to get a first down, or we can't afford the punt. When you're playing, hey, our team's playing well, play within the system. That's when you can play your best.
Situational football.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hank is a Patriots fan, so I'm sure he loves you.
Yes.
Hank,
I feel the love.
Do you have any questions for Eli?
Nope.
As a Pats? No question.
No question.
Not even why? Why did you do this to me?
They won 6 Super Bowls during that time. Like, I mean, stop being so greedy over there. Jeez.
Good point. Hank?
Yeah, that's a point. That was a point.
Okay.
It's like just the 07 one bothers you? That one? Is that the one? That's what Brady says. Just the 07 when they had the ability to go undefeated and be the greatest team of all time, and they can't say that now. That hurts him.
Yeah. Is that the one, Hank?
Yeah, that one hurts more. They both hurt.
Good question, Hank.
Do you think Tom Brady hates you?
No, I don't think Tom hates me. I love the heckle Tom on social media. I like hiding behind like my phone and sending tweets at him. When I see him in person, I just like, hey Tom, like, you're the best. I never talk trash to him in person because he could crush you. He's got 7 Super Bowls and Super Bowl. He's MVP of the leagues and all this. But I'm very brave behind my social media account.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
So you and Peyton, you obviously, you guys were great rooting for each other. But if I hit you with True Serum in 2015, obviously you want him to win.
Right.
But if he doesn't, you have 2, he has 1.
No, nothing to that.
But like 1.01%. Not that you're rooting against him. More like, hey, if he loses, it wouldn't be the worst.
No.
Or you're a better guy than
I'm a better
all of
guy
us.
than that. But also, if you had seen what he went through after his injury and neck injury and changing teams, and I mean, after that injury, he sat out a whole year. So this is now 2000. He sat out the 2011 season. This is 2012. I remember back in New Orleans, it was like Mardi Gras, and he's like, "Hey, come out and throw with me. I just want you to see something." And he was throwing, and I was like, "Well, there's zero chance you can play football.
Wow.
Like you can't throw it. Like you things coming out soft. It doesn't it comes out wobbly and like high. Like you can't rip down on it." And I was like, that's like so weird. And he's like, I know. I just like he had no idea like where the ball was like in space, like behind him. He's like, I can't feel like where it is or what's going on. And I was like, this is scary. And then for him to like grind it out and work and do the treatments and like kind of learn how to play this new game where he couldn't throw it as far, and to go to Denver and then set the NFL record for touchdowns thrown, I was like, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Like how things could change so much, like in that 6-month period where he went from there's zero chance you can there's high school, there's like my 13-year-old kids can throw it harder than what you're throwing right now.
Yeah,
and he just goes and gets MVP.
But imagine if you had 2 and he had 1. Just imagine. No, you're right. No, you're a good brother. You're a good brother. I did appreciate that, because it is like, you guys are competing in the same league, and it's got to be a little awkward at times to be like, especially when you play each other. It's
right.
Like,
but
love your brother, but you want to win. This is a really tough place to survive.
You definitely want to win when you're playing each other, but when you're not, you know how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl. You know like what it takes and how the breaks got to go your way and everything that happens. So when you do get there, you want them to win. And I'd been around him after he lost the Super Bowl, and it's miserable. It's like the worst thing in the world I had to deal with twice for him. So I didn't want to deal with that again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of luck that goes into winning a Super Bowl for sure. You have to get lucky along the way a few different times. Do you have, there's an obvious luckiest moment for you, but is there?
Which one? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
So
if it's David Tyree's catch, that's just how we planned it.
Right. That's how you drew it up.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying more like the luck that Tom Coughlin didn't die in Green Bay when it was that cold. Yeah. I mean, that was a crazy game. That might have been the wildest game of weather football I've ever seen. With his face, I thought he was going to die.
Yes.
And then to be able to kick field goals in that weather was absolutely insane. Were you concerned for his health during the game?
I was. At halftime, we come in and he's going to give our little pregame speech, and I could not listen to one word that he was saying because I was like looking at the trainers. I'm like, we got a frostbite situation on Tom's face. Like, he needs some medical help immediately. This is not good. And then Tynes going in. I mean, misses 2 field goals in regulation, overtime, and then makes the longest one of all to win the game. It was a crazy one.
All right, got a couple last questions. Then we're gonna go eat some King's Hawaiian, which I'm very excited.
I'm very
about.
hungry.
Yeah, you were known as a prankster in the locker room. Is there someone who got you with the prank that you're waiting to get them back?
Well, I made a mistake early on. I pranked one of our special teams guys, our punter, Jeff Fiegels, a longtime punter, and I was just like messing around, and I don't know, it was a bad prank. I like just tied all his shoelaces together and all his cleats. So when he got to practice, he had to like untie all these knots to put his punting shoe on. And you learn quickly, never mess with special teams people at training camp because they don't do anything. Yeah. They don't go to meetings. They don't have a game plan. Like he didn't even punt every day. It's like some days they punt at practice, some days they don't. So like unlimited free time. And so we were up in Albany training camp. I did this to him. The next day we have a night practice. I come out at like 8:30 at night to my car. It's dark. and all my tires are flat on my car, and he left me like a little bike pump. It was like basically a bike pump, just to pump it up enough to get it to a gas station. Like there's no way I could pump it up all the way with this little thing that pumping a tire. And so I'm out there for like an hour pumping my tires up just enough to get it to a gas station to do the real deal.
Yeah, that's a good lesson.
That was a good lesson.
Don't do anything. Yeah.
Special teamers, they're like, be nice to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got one last question, rowback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE. This has been awesome. We appreciate you coming in. We're excited for some King's Hawaiian. So good. I think you're going to cook with our chef, too.
I am.
Do you have a Super Bowl pick?
Super Bowl pick. Well, I've always rooting for the Giants.
All right, I'll do it this way.
Obviously,
if you have a Super Bowl pick, you can't pick the Giants.
Okay,
So that makes
there
it
you go.
easy
That makes
for
it
you.
easier for me. All right, so I'm going. I think these, for whatever reason, these have kind of been my two. I think it's a lot of favorite, people's favorite teams to watch. But I'm going Detroit and Buffalo.
Oh, that would be an all-time Super Bowl.
That'd be great, right? I think both these teams, you like the stories, you like Dan Campbell. I've been like, Buffalo's kind of been my AFC team for a while. Love Josh Allen. They're like right there on the crisp so many times, and obviously, Kansas City's been this strong for them and everything they're doing. But I enjoy watching them play. Enjoy watching Josh Allen, and so I'm staying with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I would love to watch that Super Bowl, but it's also kind of mean.
Yeah. Whoever loses that is.
Oh, it's just like crushing to their
so devastating.
Close up shop on the city. It's like we're not going to get any closer than this.
Yeah, I might
think about that.
Yeah, I might become like a 4-year-old and be like, hope both teams can win.
Yeah, exactly. A tie.
Yeah, hope they have fun. Yeah, because that would be all time. All right, real quick, how do you think the Giants are going to do this year? I think their defense is going to be awesome.
Defense is awesome.
We're Jameis guys, so we're rooting for Jameis to somehow get in there.
Jameis is pure entertainment. But yeah, like you said, I mean, their defense is set up to be very good, especially kind of in a pass-happy league. They can get to quarterbacks. So I think it's one of those deals where if they can get some leads, they can get off to some fast starts, then it's like the lead becomes bigger because they can get sack fumbles. They can get to the quarterback and really cause some problems. So I think Russell can do that. He can get the ball down the field. He can throw it. You got guys who can run down the field with Neighbors and Slayton and make the big plays. Got some tight ends getting open. So it all looks good and to make a run. And that's the great thing about the NFL is that you can go from winning 5 or 6 games to making a playoffs run just with a few new additions and free agency and what's going on.
Yeah, ferocious pass defense.
Yeah.
Ferocious pass rush. Ole Miss quarterback.
There you go.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Have you said that Jackson? Like, hey,
Jackson
I did it.
well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jackson's done well. He's got the swagger, and so it'll be interesting. I think Russell. Obviously Russell's the guy, and let's hopefully Jackson gets a full redshirt year because that means Russell's playing well and the Giants are winning games.
Yeah,
and maybe some Jameis.
And maybe a little sprinkle in just a little Jameis.
I would love to see some Jameis.
Just maybe a primetime Jameis game.
Yeah, just to get some sound bites.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Eli, thanks so much, man. We really appreciate you coming, and always great having you on.
Thanks so much, guys. Look forward to cooking with you all a little bit. Get some Kings and wine, get some Slider Sundays going. So it's football season, and love some tailgating, and this will be great.
All right,
love it.
Thanks.
Let's rip it. Eli Manning was brought to you by YouTube. Football is back, and the only place fans can watch every game every Sunday is NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket provides fans with the ultimate viewing experience with features like multi-view. You can watch up to 4 games at the exact same time. They got NFL Red Zone, Key Plays, and Jerry O'Connell's favorite feature, Fantasy View, to track your players' scores right alongside each game. Hank, you're watching right now, right? What are your games going to be on Sunday?
Multi-view Sunday, early slate, Patriots Raiders, obviously. Then we're going to go Jets Steelers. And then we're going to go, give me the Commanders Giants. Mm-hmm. And we'll go with Battle Ohio, Browns Bengals.
It's going to be awesome. And right now you can get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Sign up today at youtube.com/partofmytake to get started. Tell them the football guys at Part of My Take sent you. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal date. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. And now, here is Howie Long.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, very, very special guest, recurring guest. He's been on this show. Also kind of our colleague now. We're going to call you our colleague. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you'll say the same for us. It is Howie Long.
You're a teammate.
Yeah, we're teammates. Howie Long.
I still don't do the colleague thing. That's
really.
You're a teammate.
Okay.
I like it. It's
all right.
Locker room.
Yeah, we're teammates with Howie Long. All right, so Howie, great to have you on as always. Football is back. There's nothing better than the first, game of the NFL season. We finally reached it. What are you most excited? Maybe it's a team, maybe it's a player. What are you most excited for the 2025 season?
I think the Micah Parsons trade shook things up quite a bit. The two divisions that intrigue me the most are the NFC North and the AFC West. And you look at the AFC West with the coaches, Harbaugh, Peyton, Kansas City, it's who's who of pro coaches and championships and college championships, et cetera. And the young, brilliant minds in the NFC North and Detroit, who loses their coordinator. Their defense fell apart physically at the end of the year and got mauled by the up and coming, Commanders. And I think they're going to be back. The same playbook is in place. The same guy the guy in the front of the room who sets the agenda, the culture is created by, the accountability runs through him, both from a player and a coach. They bring in a new coordinator, and the playbook didn't leave with the coordinator, and it stays with Detroit, and they'll run whatever Dan Campbell wants to run. Hutchinson being back is, you saw the injury and I saw the injury, and it was brutal. And, to watch him come back, and, Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson in Chicago, was so much conversation about Caleb Williams, is he a bust? And which is, remarkable to me. If you were judging someone's career by their first year, I would have been cut by the Raiders. I mean, it's patience is a virtue, and particularly a quarterback. And I liked what he had to say. I liked the toughness he showed. I saw flashes, and I think we all saw flashes of, why he was picked as high as he was. It was almost like, and I never really understood fraternities at Villanova. I mean, we weren't really a heavy fraternity school, but the idea of pledging something and they're going to mistreat me for a couple of months and then we're going to be friends. It was almost like he pledged the wrong fraternity and they just hazed him. Mm-hmm. Anything that could go wrong or anything they could do to maybe put him in the wrong position, lack of imagination on offense, offensive line issues, lack of commitment to the run game, time management, how situational football, red zone, clock management, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No place to go on hot routes. Did he hold the ball a long time? Sure. But, if I hit you with a hammer enough, I don't care how tough you are, you're going to blink. And that's going to rattle anyone. And I think Ben Johnson is a guy that comes in. And, my big question with Ben Johnson was, what's he like in front of the room? We know he's great X's and O's guy, great quarterback guy. Jared Goff had great success with two coordinators, or head coach, Sean McVay and Ben Johnson in Detroit as the coordinator. And that success was predicated on two things. One, the run game and play action pass. What he has in Caleb skill set. And it'll be interesting to see how he adapts because Caleb's a guy who's used to being, off center in gun. And Ben Johnson's used to being under center and he wants to run that hard physical football, and the running game ties into the passing game, et cetera. And I think he'll do that. But I think the thing that Ben Johnson can probably bring to Caleb Williams is one, a plan, two is the ability to, he's chasing the holy grail, which is unattainable. It's perfection. And Ben Johnson's chasing it all the time. And everyone you hear that worked with Ben Johnson says the same thing. He's never happy with what they have. It's got to be better. It's got to be better. It's got to be better. And I think all great quarterbacks take on that persona and that kind of day in, day out grind. And it's a grind. You know, it's one thing to play defensive end. It's another thing to play cornerback or wide receiver or, you know, offensive lineman. You're playing quarterback. There's a reason why they make a whole boatload of money, and it's the hardest position to play.
Yeah. I really do like Ben Johnson a lot as a coach. I think he's super creative. What he does on offense is he was steps ahead of people at times over the past couple of years. The one knock I would put on him from what I've seen is that I don't know if he gets bored sometimes when he's calling plays, but he's got a big bag, and he likes to go into his bag of tricks, and he likes to run some stuff that you scratch your head, and you're like, well, I'm glad that worked, but you were just, you know, kicking the shit out of him up and down the field. I don't know if we needed to do another like right tackle toss pass again. That's the only nitpick that I have for him. But yeah, you're right. Like, will he manage the other stuff?
It's kind of like you're asking, you know, and I'm not saying he's Picasso, but you know, you're asking Picasso to paint a bowl of apples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over and over again. And every once in a while he throws a pear in there and he throws a strawberry in there. And, you know, he has a diner menu of plays and creative plays and trick plays. I think, you know, there's going to be a point of emphasis on running the football. I think there's going to be a point of emphasis to moving the pocket. I'll be interested to see the percentage that he's under center versus being in gun, taking advantage of his athletic ability. I think he's going to take more checkdowns, make the easy throws, stay out of third and long. It's the Detroit kind of philosophy, and you want to be physical, and that the changes they've made in the offensive line. I mean, listen, the GM made some mistakes, and I like the GM a lot. And the GM was responsible for getting them in position to be able to draft the kid. I think the key to any great organization is you make a mistake, you move on. And they moved on. They addressed it with, you know, personnel. They addressed it with coordinator. They addressed it with head coach. I think the defense and Dennis Allen is going to be I think he's a great addition.
Yep.
To be honest, I think the personnel really fits Dennis Allen's system more than it did Eberflus.
Yeah. I'm also curious, just before we get into the rest of the NFL, I love watching you on TV. You've been great on TV for a long time. I like the chemistry that all you guys have. It feels like you're catching up on the highlights. You're watching the halftime show with your best friends as they're breaking down the game. What is the dynamic when you get in there for week one? You were talking about being like teammates. What's it gonna like? Who is there? Somebody that hazes? You were talking about hazing earlier. Like, is that your job? You seem like you'd be a pledge master.
No. As a matter of fact, they make fun of me because I'm the straight, shooting kind of guy. And I think the group, we got lucky. We caught lightning in a bottle. And with your show, you don't know until you know, and we knew right away. And of course there were some things that from a friendship personality standpoint, Terry and I have been together 31 years. This is our 32nd year. He's become, as good a friend as I could possibly have. We're extremely different. And it's a yin and yang and, the whole thing, and we're different. And I would say our green room, or they call it the avocado room. I guess that's because we're in LA. I don't know what that is, but the green room is what you're trying to find when you retire as a player. Is you're trying to find something that duplicates. You miss the football, you miss Sundays, you miss the competition, you miss all that, the adrenaline, the moment before the moment of impact. There's nothing like that. You just can't duplicate that. I'm 65, so I'm not doing that anymore. The closest thing I've found to that is our group. If you screw up, we're a live show. We don't over rehearse. We are who we are, and I think in the medium that we're in, it's the small screen, and people kind of know and sense whether you're being authentic and genuine, and you are who you are. I am who I am, and I think Terry is who he is, and Michael is dynamic, and he's a star and great player, and Gronk is. I can't tell you. It kind of feels like I'd like my fourth son is at the end of the disc.
Yeah.
You know, because he's so him. He's not trying to be anything else other than him. He's a lot of fun. He's super smart, and in another way, kind of like you kind of go, did he just say that? And you're not sure if you're supposed to laugh or not, but I think he's a great guy. Obviously, if not the best, he's in the conversation for the best tight end of all time. And I can tell you physically in person, he's a freak show, and
Yeah.
he's a great guy, and he's a great addition. It's a hard group to get with, but if you screw up on the set, in the green room, it's just us in there, and those conversations are priceless, and that's what you'll remember. I think all the guys will remember. And Jimmy retired this year. He's in his 80s, and that it's a drive up to Miami and a flight across the country, and doing that for a long, long time. And, I think he wants to enjoy some time in the Keys, and he certainly earned it. And we will miss him greatly.
Yeah. I want to talk real quick because obviously you played the position, but Micah Parsons going to the Packers. Can you explain to us, like we're 5 years old, what a incredible defensive end does for a defense overall, and what type of impact that can have on the game? Because it feels like that might be the move that puts them over the top here, because they already had a really good roster, and then they add a guy like Micah.
It's really interesting because you run the clock back to Reggie White.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Wolf is the general manager. Ron Wolf was our general manager. Ron Wolf was there when I was drafted in the second round. Reggie, the difference is this: Reggie was really mostly a defensive end, as dominant a player as you could possibly find. Occasionally he would get down on the nose or over a guard, but that was very rarely. Micah is a generational player. He's 25 years old in a position that is, you go quarterback and you take your pick, whether it's left tackle, pass rusher. It's, TJ Watt, you name the 5 or 6 guys that, are on your radar for. This is a guy on Monday that you say, one, he's positionless. He can play outside left side, outside right side. He can play off ball. He can be in a 2-point stance over the guard. He can run stunts with the defensive end. He can drop in coverage. He played halfback in high school. He's a wrestler. All the things that you want in a player. And, Jimmy and I had a conversation just last week about this. And he said, I've heard he was tough. There were some challenges there, aside from the amazing ability. But I would think you would try to find a way to get that done.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if you weren't going to get it done, you waited until everyone's cap kind of number is in place and the picks are gone and next year's won, and that's really going to be a late round pick. And the second year, that's going to be a late round pick. And that's really kind of, in Jimmy's mind, a second round pick. So I'm not quite sure how you justify what they did, but we're not in the building. So what happened there, I don't know. Jerry has dealt with difficult players before, and Jerry he's a really bright man and one of the great minds of the NFL. And this one's kind of a head scratcher. And I think when you look at Green Bay, you say, what did they need? They need Jordan Love to protect the ball a little bit more. He got hurt right out of the bat in Brazil last year. Week 1 was hurt most of the year. I'm not sure that he was right physically at any point in the year. There was always something wrong. His inability to protect the football, the throws that you go, what are you doing?
Right.
He has to kind of rein that in. Love the running back. He is one of my favorites. He's a Frank Gore, Marshawn, guy. I just love that kind of running back. And he's a throwback, and he's a 12th round guy. You body blow, and you're going to blink. And their offensive line is very capable. They bring in a guy from San Francisco and paid him a lot of money. I'm not sure if he's necessarily. We'll see. If he's worth that. The receiving core is very talented. They draft a really talented wide receiver. They don't have a real number one. I think the kid they drafted has a shot at being number one. Their defense, I thought he did a great job. I thought he was really great. He's not a guy that brings a lot of pressure. Their edge pressure is inconsistent. That was the one thing. Gary might benefit a great deal from this.
Mm-hmm.
For example, they won one game in the division. Think about that. They made the play, and they won one game in the division. That being said, to open up in this kind of a game, we're going to find out a lot. And they struggled to win big games, and they fell behind. If you look at their schedule from last year and the outcome, and end of the first quarter down 14-3, 12-3, whatever. They were always kind of climbing back. Teams with 11 plus wins, I think they won one game or if that, and they won the games they were supposed to win, but they need to win some big games, and they need to win division games. And I think this addition answers the pressure question, because the question you're always asked is, what came first, the chicken or the egg, or is it the pressure or is it coverage? I'm going to tell you all day long, it's the pressure.
Right.
It's the pressure. It's not necessarily the sacks. It's the pressure. And if Gary can get off and Micah can get off, and this back injury, I'm not buying it. I think Micah's fine. And I think a fresh start maybe will be good for him.
Yeah.
And I think Green Bay is a place where you focus on football. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Their facility is their social hub. And that's why they built the facility the way they built the facility. It's their social hub. And it's a Reggie White kind of addition. I'm not saying he's Reggie White, but he's on the way to, if he continues to play the way he's played early in his career, there's no stopping him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of pressure, I want to talk about the Bengals real quick, because they were a fascinating team to me last year. They had Joe Burrow. Maybe he had the best year of any quarterback. Didn't win MVP, but the case was there for him to win the MVP. Sure. They had the best receiver in football, and they had the best statistically defensive end in football in terms of sack numbers. Obviously, the defense was a big issue for him last year. What do they need to do to just get marginally better, to get good enough defensively to make this a playoff team?
Well, they got him in camp. They finally, made the signing, and I think he's free at the end of the season without any chance of being, franchised, and they got their high pick in, and they've got to get production out of that. New coordinator, and I think if you can just if you're red zone if you can, here's the thing with you're playing a team like the Bengals, or you're playing Baltimore, or you're playing Buffalo, or you're playing Kansas City, teams that can, put up 30 points. Detroit put up 32.5 points last year a game. You've got to make the other team kick field goals versus touchdowns. And their red zone defense was bad. Their tackling was bad. They've got kind of a one-man pressure situation where, I think if they can just be middle of the pack on defense and improve their red zone defense and force some field goals, then that opposing offense, Joe Burrow is, I'd say the quarterback position is better right now than at any point in NFL history in terms of depth of quarterbacks. I think we have a lot of great quarterbacks. You can make the case for, as you mentioned, Joe Burrow for MVP. Josh Allen wins the MVP. Lamar, they're squaring off in week 1. You could make the case that he was the MVP. Mm-hmm. You think about it, there are a number of guys that you could say they're MVP. And then you look at a guy on a team, a guy that's really hard to figure and kind of label on is Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do we judge quarterbacks by?
I judge them by rings.
Okay, rings and getting to the Super Bowl and playing in those kind of games. Jalen Hurts, you could make the argument in the 2 Super Bowls he was in, was the best player on the field and came within a really, what I thought was a questionable penalty at the end of the game of being a 2-time Super Bowl winner and a 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I judge it by how much they can squat.
Yeah, that too.
That's important.
I judge it by how hot their girlfriend is.
That's a good one too. Yeah. That's a great one.
We're just doing analytics here.
And the league's never been stronger.
That's why Justin Herbert, big year coming for him. He's finally embraced the role of a Southern California QB1 guy. He got a very attractive girlfriend. I feel like there's swagger to that.
What was that movie with Kevin Costner? It was Draft Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the one scout said, they brought up this quarterback and they said, "Oh, he's got an unattractive girlfriend."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't draft him. It's like the reason why they didn't want to draft him.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't understand.
You got to be a leader of men.
Yeah, you got to be a leader of men.
Villanova and I got late. I got it early.
Well, here's a real question off that. Does your quarterback always have to be your leader? Or can there be a situation where the quarterback maybe isn't the most vocal guy? Does that work in a team atmosphere, in a locker room atmosphere? Because we know the quarterback is the most important position in all of American sports. That's just a fact. And everything's put on them. Do you think teams can be okay when their quarterback isn't like the vocal guy who's yelling at people and kind of getting in people's faces?
I think there's levels of vocal, and I think you probably, at the top of Mount Rushmore, both from Super Bowl win standpoint and holding people accountable, is probably Tom Brady. And it kind of tears down from there on. And I think, let's talk Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts is not, necessarily the most vocal guy. He's quietly assertive. I think when he speaks, people listen. And I think you can also lead by example. And hopefully there's a guy in every room that is the guy. And you're in charge of that room. And there are guys on each side of the ball that invariably, are the guys that generally, what I would say, hold people accountable the most. I would say with that group, it's complicated because, you've got a quiet wide receiver, you've got a more of a loud wide receiver, you've got a tight end who's a solid guy in Philadelphia. You've got a running back who everyone loves, respects, and admires. I would say when he speaks, people listen. And I think the head coach, who reminds me so much of, it seems like every friend I have in Philly, that I went to college with, who are Philadelphia Eagles fans. The head coach reminds me of kind of them. He's mercurial. He's up, he's down, he's screaming, he's crying, it's a cornucopia of emotion. And I think his ability to communicate, forget about the X's and O's, forget about, game plan and all that, because, who's a great walk-around coach? You know what I mean by a walk-around coach?
No, like walking around before the game and like talking to everyone?
Oh, no. Okay, walk-around coach. Walk around coach is not the coordinator on either side of the ball. He's not the play caller on either side of the ball. A walk around coach is the guy that sets the agenda on Monday. He's the last guy to speak to the team before they walk down the tunnel on Sunday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, whatever day we're playing on now. And he's the guy that, at a point in the game can step in and say, run the ball, let's get out of here. We win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Atlanta, New England. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, if you don't step in on the headset and say, hey, let's run it 3 times, let's kick it, and let's get out of here and let's win a Super Bowl. Let's throw the ball. So that's just an isolated example, but I think he's a guy that reaches the players on offense and defense. And I don't forget, in Philadelphia, when did the season turn? The season turned right after the bye. And I think it was a couple of offensive linemen and maybe the running back. And they had a meeting. And they had a meeting with the coaching staff and said, look, let's stop doing what we're doing. Have you seen their offensive line in person?
Yeah.
Yeah, massive.
Oh my God. Look, I saw it in my own kitchen, at times when Kyle would walk in a pair of boxer shorts. It's like, Jesus, how do I do that? The left tackle, 6'8", 360. The Lane Johnson is a freak show. And he's so good that it's boring. But when those guys walk into your office and they say, let's run the football, everything comes off of that. They run the ball on third down more than anyone. Do you know why? Because once they cross the 50, fourth down is just another down. Because they're going for it. And they go for it a lot. That's their MO. And I think a team like that is, and what your concern has to be with a team like that, like any team that wins a championship, and we certainly had it with the Raiders, where it's complacency, it's I didn't get enough money, I didn't get enough attention, I didn't get enough of this. It's not understanding the significance of the moment. It's like Kansas City. I respect and admire them so much for winning 2 in a row and being in position to win 3 in a row, and how devastating that is to them. But it presses the reset button. And, don't think Travis Kelce's not on the redemption tour. I mean, I know the kind of player and the kind of guy Travis Kelce is. When you're a great player and you don't play well, and I'm sure his physical well-being and his commitment to getting ready for the season was 110%, and he's ready to go, and it's burn the ships and let's go. If I'm leaving it, I'm going to die on the 50 in the fourth quarter, game 10, but I'm going out like Travis Kelce.
Yeah. I think in last year's Super Bowl, it was big for those of us that like to say defense wins championships, because I feel like we've tried to say it a lot over the last 5-10 years, and there have been a lot of examples where people could point and be like, no, it's just really you need a great offense, a great quarterback, and a great play caller. But we saw it last year. So with that in mind, I know the Broncos are a team that everyone's talking about how good their defense is. Can you tell us what you see, whether it's from the Broncos or if there's another team out there that you're keeping your eye on, you're saying they have a really, really good defense and they could be a problem?
Let me start with Philly, and I'll start there because it's anytime you have success, Detroit lost both coordinators, you're going to lose people. You have so much cap space. Quarterbacks generally fill that hole pretty big. If you got a number 1 receiver, CeeDee Lamb, quarterback, Dak Prescott, you're going to be pressed to deal with things. Vic Fangio is one of my favorite guys.
Yep.
He's a guy I love to play for. Loved covering him in San Francisco. Loved covering him in Chicago. I think he is the kind of coach. Earl Leggett was my coach. He's an old bear. And played with Doug Atkins and that whole group. And Charlie Sumner was the defensive coordinator, and he's an ex-Bear. They hold you accountable in a different way. I think they're going to have some question marks. They've got to replace 5 starters, and they also lost 2 backups that were probably going to be starters. So whoever the corner is versus on the opposite side of the number 1 is going to get a lot of work. And that work will probably, be CD Lamb or, Pickens or whoever it is right off the bat yesterday, however that turns out. But I think Houston is a team that is going to challenge people. Their speed, their athleticism, they're a reflection of their coach. He's a guy that I liked as a player, I liked as a coach, and I thought he was a great hire for them. They got lucky with the quarterback. He kind of stepped back. I think the protection was bad down there. I think you have to kind of play complementary football. You can't have your defense on the field all the time. You can't be 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, turnover in the red zone. You've got to protect the football. If you're not going to score, at least control the ball a little bit, keep us off the field. How deep are you, Philadelphia? What's their edge going to look like right now? Who's going to come off the edge? I'm not sure who that is. Their back end is a little thin. They've got to get on the same page. Maybe it takes them 3-4 weeks. But there are teams that you say, if they get in, like the Rams were a great example. This defensive front is young, it's talented, it's physical. They're a different kind of edge presence. The kid really, he's in your chin quick, and he's on you, and he's not fancy. He's not, he's not Micah Parsons. He's a guy that wants to go through you, and he's coming, and and it's Joe Frazier. And they got in, and Matthew Stafford was upright, and they came within a play, a breakdown in protection, not where you got physically beat, you got mentally beat. Mm-hmm. It was a breakdown in protection on the final play from maybe upsetting Philadelphia and advancing.
Yeah.
So, it depends. I think the defense, there's a lot of good defenses around. I think you have to play complementary football. You've got to play to the strength of your team, understand what your defense is, and force people to kick field goals, particularly if you have a Joe Burrow offense or a Patrick Mahomes offense or a Jackson and Josh Allen. I love watching these quarterbacks. These quarterbacks are great.
Yeah.
All right, Howie, I got one last question for you. This is awesome. We love talking ball with you. I just can't wait for football to be back. This is it's the best, because right now I'm in that spot where I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. I want to see the games and then talk about it. It's fun to talk about it, but it's like we've had all summer to think about what these teams are going to be, and now we get to actually watch them play. Roback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, roback.com, promo code TAKE. Do you have a Super Bowl pick? Do you do Super Bowl picks?
If we do them, we'll probably do them on our show.
Okay, we'll do them here. Give us a preview.
Listen, I think, I'm always of the mindset that the champ is the champ, and I would always go with that. I would say Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. I would say a dark horse would be Tampa Bay.
Yep.
They've quietly kind of in an easier division, relatively easier division. And I think over in the AFC, those two guys, Josh Allen and Lamar, they've been knocking on the door and knocking on the door and knocking on the door. I think Kansas City's going to be a better team, not win as many games. I think it might be Buffalo with the easier schedule, Baltimore with a tougher schedule, with an opportunity to get one game up in conference week one. I would say Buffalo, and Buffalo kind of, the everything comes together. The gods, are kind to those fans up in Buffalo, and they finally get it done.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
that would be great.
From your lips to God's ears. That would be an awesome way to end this season. What about a team that did make the playoffs last year that you could see in a world they could regress and miss out this year?
Ooh. It might be a team in the AFC West. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure about the Chargers. I think Pete Carroll coming to the Raiders, and I mean, trust me, I said I made this analogy before. I've been Sisyphus pushing the stone up the hill for decades, waiting for the Raiders to be back again. And Pete Carroll coming in the building brings an energy. Genty, I think they're going to run the football, 2 tight ends. It's going to be a little old style football. Max is, God, he plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. He's, if not the best, one of the best. And I think he's one of the most. I think he's as disruptive a player as we have.
Mm-hmm.
Length, he's like Gumby. He's like all over the place. He looks like that thing at the car dealership
Right.
where it's blowing in the air. He's just so long and rangy, and he's tough, and he wants to be great. I think they could surprise some people and make that division a lot more interesting. So I think maybe a team from that division might take a step back. Denver, I think, is on its way up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think also the lack of Poona Ford. Poona Ford is one of those guys that you don't talk about that much, but you need him. You need a guy like that on your defensive line.
Plug it right in
and
the
losing
middle.
him is going to be tough.
Yeah, big time. Howie, you're the best. Football's back. We'd love to have you back on later in the season when we talk some games. And you're a teammate now.
Anytime. I'm unemployed during the week.
Okay, I love that. That's
Thanks
a great
so
way to
much,
look
Howie.
at it.
You're the best, man. Appreciate
Take
it.
care.
Thank you. This week's Fyre Fest is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. We all know that life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're playing for the Lakers, and the next you're moving your family to Dallas. When you find yourself in the middle of your very own Fyre Fest, you just might need America's largest injury law firm in your corner. Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people and helping with your Fyre Fest for over 35 years. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. You can check them out at forthepeople.com/PMT. That's forthepeople.com/PMT.
Okay, boys. Fyre Fest of the week. Henry.
Yes.
Football's back?
No,
Oh.
not really. This has been looming.
Golf season's over. Or at least it's cut in half for you.
It's more than half. It just goes to basically one day a week, which is sad. But fall golf is fun. Makes you appreciate it when you can get out there a little more,
Yeah.
But speaking of golf season, this has been kind of looming over my head since July when we did the long drive contest. I owe PFT $8,000.
That is true.
It's actually $9,000 because he sent me $1,000 for something that he didn't need to send it me for. I didn't send it back, so it's like I owe him $9,000 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man of my word. Pay my bets. I'm not just gonna try and forget about it. So I came up with a plan.
Okay.
I presented to PFT, so he kind of accepted, kind of didn't. He said we'll talk about it on the show. So this was my plan. 4,000 of the 9,000, split it up into 8 $500 bets.
Okay.
So either one a week or two a week. $500 parlays that are 8-1. So to 500 to win 4,000. It could be more if he wants.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
I
can
like
pick
that.
them. And then obviously if one hits, I just give him the 4,000 right there. That part's done.
Mhm. As an apology for not paying me back on time, I'm not going to charge you interest because this apology is so good.
That's huge of you.
We can call it the I'm Sarlay.
I like that. And then I would like to play PFT in a 18-hole match play for $5,000
I love that.
Okay.
with handicaps.
Hank's like, I'm gonna golf my way out of this.
Okay.
Yeah,
With handicaps.
with handicaps.
Okay.
5K.
Love it.
Match play.
How many strokes I get?
What's your handicap?
I think it's 22, 21.
Technically, it'd be 12. I'd be willing to give you like 13 or 14.
I'll take 14.
Can I attend?
Yeah. Do you have time?
Whose side should I root for?
That's up to you, Big Cat. Which one? Let me ask you this.
When can
Between
you,
me and
when
Hank,
can you attend?
We'll attend.
Between me and Hank, which one of us do you like to annoy more?
Well, so here's the problem. I don't want to see Hank lose more money, but I do want to see Hank lose on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to root for PFT and then maybe loan Hank money. I don't know.
This
That might be
your
the
problem.
solution.
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way. Would you pay $5,000 to see Hank lose on camera again at golf?
Yes.
Okay.
In tragic fashion,
Yeah.
yes.
Easy choice.
Yes. Easy choice. Easy choice. Yes.
Can we put in something for this? What if PFT beats you straight up? Because that has happened before.
There should be
I'd pay 10,000.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
There should be something.
So we double it.
Yeah.
It's
18
not
holes.
not match play.
Match play.
Match play.
yeah.
Match play.
Okay, got it.
18 holes. So that actually favors Hank more.
Wait, I'm confused. I don't know golf. Not skins.
No.
Not skins.
You actually keep your score.
Match play.
Match play meaning
I don't fucking know what it
like
is.
one person wins a hole. So it doesn't matter if I shoot like a 9 on the first hole. It still counts as a loss.
So
Okay.
the hardest hole
But
is
if
he
somehow
gets.
you do beat me straight up, like with all strokes considered, I would maybe just quit golf.
Okay. Oh, retirement match.
Retirement match?
That's great.
I'm going to train.
Retirement match would be awesome.
So much harder for this than I did for the internet invitation.
Retirement match is awesome.
So much harder.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you maybe
you are
we do it like
professional- if you are
late
a
September,
real-
early October.
A real
Give you some
professional
time
golf
to train.
instructor here in Chicago. I will find time in my football schedule
Oh, no respect for Will Smith.
to work out. I do love Will Smith. He was a great
Problem is, I
coach.
set that up for you.
Oh, you're gonna take Will Smith. This is like when you get divorced and you find like an attorney and then the other person can't use the attorney. You're gonna take Will Smith from him.
I don't think Will Smith would ever get divorced.
Damn.
But yeah, no, Hank, I'm now very excited about beating you at golf and taking the thing that you love the most in this whole world away from you.
So am I.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
May the best man win.
And may you win one of the Sarlays.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what happens if you lose all those?
Well, those are his bets.
Got it.
Yeah. I like this.
You're being coerced into getting the bets.
Well, he can say no.
No,
he could
I-
say
no,
no.
I
He
agree
could
with this
say no
because
and
I
take the
missed that
4,000.
Because let's be honest, I didn't want to just take $9,000 in cash from Hank. That would feel weird. I don't know where that money's been. But if he's going to do it in the form of a bet, that's fun for everybody.
Okay.
So I'm Hank. Thank you.
Will you post the Sarlays?
Yeah.
Okay.
My Fyre Fest of the week is that Hank's a fucking piece of shit, and I hate him, and he ruined my NFL opening day.
This is crazy.
Why? Because he didn't pay you back?
No, that
We're
was
just forever never going to get the money.
I think that's why he did the I'm Sarlay thing right now, because he feels so bad about what he did
What'd
to
he
me
do
earlier today.
What'd he do? Oh,
So-
Hank's rolling his eyes. I like it.
We know this is a magical day for everybody.
Oh, it's
We've been
Christmas
looking
morning
forward,
for adults.
Yes, we've been looking forward to this. It's back to football. That's what today was for me. It's like back to school, but it's NFL season, and I'd been looking forward to this for months. I'd planned out my outfit, what I'm going to wear first day of football. I went out, got a special new shirt.
What'd you do, Hank?
I walked in feeling real good about myself, too. I was like, I look great. This is a very fashionable choice that I've made today. It has every NFL team hand sewn onto this shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And Hank saw me, and the first thing that he said,
Nope.
Oh,
First thing I said. What was the first thing
I didn't even. That was a premature. I didn't even say what the first thing you said.
That was a good ant. That was a good ant.
It was a good. But the first thing they said to me was, "Sick shirt. Is that bootlegged?" Fact or fiction?
Yeah. I said,
So your gets a buzzer from me. And so
one of the logos is falling off.
no, it's not falling off. This is hand sewn on.
is it?
What
logo?
It really
The
screwed up my day.
Bengals. I can see
Are
like
the
some
Bengals
of it's
falling off,
it's like
PFT?
a little loose on the bottom.
No, it's called
no.
fashion, bro. You don't know anything about.
All I asked is I didn't know if it was officially licensed or not.
So the worst thing about it is after Hank said that, I just started thinking about how much money I paid for this shirt, and he thinks it's bootleg. Can you guess how much this shirt cost me?
300.
No, it was
$400.
It was $140.
Oh, sorry.
For this shirt.
That's how much I respect the shirt. I would pay $300 for it.
And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I spent $140 on this shirt and it looks like shit.
It looks good.
It does look good. When I got up close, it just looked like some of the logos were. It looked like it looked like it's a sick shirt. It looks great visually.
From the NFL shop.
From the official NFL shop, and then Hank has to say that looks like a bootleg asshole shirt that you're wearing.
I just asked a question. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
Well, it offended. I'm offended.
Because you would never get a bootleg anything.
No, I respect the Shield enough to spend my hard-earned cash at the official NFL team shop. This is one of those shirts that I think only I bought. I don't
know why they have it in so many colors.
Yeah, I didn't know that it came in other colors besides red, because red was the first one that showed up for me. So I was like, yeah, I'll get the red shirt. But now I feel like
I think red might be the worst color
by
of the
far.
option.
By far. Not even
Every
close.
other option is pretty good.
Yeah, not even close.
I'm gonna have to wear this. I feel like only on Sundays, like Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Yeah, the sky blue is nice. The black is nice.
Because you guys know how much fashion means to me.
Oh,
And
it's your life.
when I came in today, I'm feeling really good. It was like 7th grade all over again. My mom bought me Jinkos. I was like, I'm cool. I got Jinkos. I walked in. Everybody was like, dude, those aren't Jinkos, because she got me the skinny Jinkos.
Yeah, he new shoes blues you. Remember when you come into school with new shoes, and then your friend would go new shoes blues and just like rub their foot on top of yours and make them not look as nice.
They'd ruin your shoes?
Yeah, new shoes blues.
That's fucked up.
I agree. He did that to you.
He did it. That's what I feel
new
like.
shoes blues you.
I'm sorry. The Bengals logo looks like it's about to peel off.
Okay.
You're not sorry.
Is that a sign? Should we go against the Bengals?
Yeah, which of these
gamble
logos
based on this shirt?
Which of the logos looks the worst to you, Hank, right now?
Bengals.
Titans not got the greatest placement. It's a good fitting shirt.
I have that shirt too.
Yeah.
That one's a better shirt.
We know that shirt.
I like the Rams.
He doesn't like the Rams. Okay.
It's like Succession or Severance. Like, which logos are making you angry right now?
Yeah.
Because why does it say L.A. Rams? Isn't it just L.A.? Like that's their logo?
No, this is the official team logo.
Come on,
idiot. It's on the
memes.
official team
Yeah,
shop.
Come on, memes.
This is the most current all-logo NFL team shirt that they sell in the world.
Yeah.
This is a good one. It's a little bit more understated.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Not good for the listeners, but
No.
it just says has the NFL
If
shield
you're-
on the front and all the logos on
If
the
you're
back.
listening at home, imagine a black shirt with the logos on it.
Yeah, understated isn't really my thing.
It is understated.
Yeah.
So Bengals, Rams, this could be the Sarlay.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Bengals, Rams, Cardinals,
Okay.
Dolphins looks kind of
Weird
shitty
spot.
too.
All right. My Fyre Fest is my ear's still clogged. I have a clogged ear for 2 days now. I just think it's just what I live with now. There's nothing I can do.
I had an idea.
Lay it on me.
Somebody should suck it out.
Zach, we're like that.
Dude, if we think it'll help, I don't want you to go through so many days clogged ears. That's no good for anyone.
This fucking sucks. I've given up on kind of a little bit of giving up on life because I was trying to fix it yesterday, and then I got to a point where I was like, it just is what it is. Like, I think this is how Beethoven went crazy. That's probably what's going to happen to me.
I have no idea if this would even work, but is there like a 20-foot pool you could like descend to the bottom of to try and like force it out?
I don't know. I have a hot tub. I was thinking about getting into it and just dunking and holding my breath underneath it for a long time. But
That could work.
I'm taking another flight on Friday, so maybe it will even out. Maybe that's. I've been waiting because part of me also hit a point on Wednesday night where I was like, you know what? This is actually perfect. This is how sad it's gotten. I was like, it's perfect. It's gonna pop right before week one. It's gonna be a miracle because I know that the minute it pops, it's gonna be the best feeling ever.
You should get Jerry to scream in your ear.
I should.
That might pop it right out.
My other Fyre Fest is, and I shared this video with you guys, but so Mr. Pear got adopted. I took my kids to the zoo on Sunday. We were at the turtle exhibit. Figured, you know what, this is a good time to break the news. And I broke the news to them that Mr. Pear is no longer with us, adopted. We can go visit it. That was a lie. And then my son was like, but you still have your rabbit, right? We had a rabbit in this office for one day. He has a memory. Most 6-year-olds have that type of memory where they're like, oh, if they see one thing one time, they'll talk about it forever. I panicked under pressure, and I said, yes, we still have the rabbit.
Yeah.
So now we have to get a rabbit.
I could hear your voice when you asked me that question.
Because it was very funny. You guys got a glimpse of how quickly I panicked and tried to pivot.
There was a moment where you're like, should I say this? Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
It's like, do I want him to cry about the rabbit in the aquarium?
Yeah.
So we found a new home for Mr. Pear.
So he's not at your work anymore?
No, he's not. But we could visit him.
You still have your rabbit, right?
The rabbit, I think, is in. Yeah, we still have a rabbit.
And my son was like, "Oh, great, you still have the rabbit." So
Do you think he knew
I'm fucked.
Do you think he knew how cute he sounded when he goes, "You still have the rabbit?"
Yeah, you still
right?
have the rabbit, right? And there was like a moment. It was like my life flashed before my eyes. Like, can I explain to him that Brandon Walker brought in a rabbit for one day as a joke, and then the follow-up questions would be like, "Who's Brandon Walker?" All this stuff. Just said, "Hey, yeah, we still have a rabbit." So I think I'm just gonna have to do like every time because I do bring him in the office a lot in football season, like on Sunday mornings before we're here all day. I think I'm just gonna have to like rent a rabbit every Sunday and just be like, "Hey, here's the rabbit.
He's back again."
Or maybe just get a cage and be like, "The rabbit's sleeping."
Or hibernate. Like tell him rabbits hibernate.
Yeah, yeah.
In the fall.
So I'll update. I'll probably bring him in this weekend before football Sunday. So I'll update on Monday to let you know how it goes. Maybe I'll just be like, we lost the rabbit. Let's try to find the rabbit. That actually is like a good 30-minute that I could burn.
Yep, just like looking under stuff in this office. That might actually be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's probably a really bad idea.
I understand.
What's this giant green dildo, Dad?
Yeah.
He doesn't know what the dildo is. Actually, it would go worse. It would go, look at this toy.
Yeah. I really like this toy.
Yeah.
This is my new favorite toy. Can we have one at home?
Yeah, but I panicked. The bright lights, it was too much for me. You still have a rabbit was just a question I was not expecting to take, and I couldn't handle it.
You don't want to have to explain to any child who Brandon Walker is.
Right.
But I know your son's a big Tom Fornelli fan.
Yes.
So you could have just said, you could have lied and said, "Oh, it's Tom's rabbit." You'd be like, "Oh, Tom's the best."
I'll say this: Tom Fornelli has gotten all my kids' gifts. Brandon Walker has gotten none of my kids' gifts.
Interesting.
So that's just something I'll throw out there.
Interesting.
All right, Zach, finish us off.
My Fyre Fest of the week. Me, Memes, and Max have decided there is a current booth weight loss challenge.
Oh.
The boys are trying to get healthy.
We're
going to try to put 60 pounds in a bucket. You in?
Yeah. So 80?
I'm down for 80. You guys down for 80?
They're not down.
We could do 80.
Can we juice the weigh-in a little?
What is it? Yeah, we did our weigh-in on Tuesday. We've already started our weigh-in.
Because I can fluctuate 10 pounds in a matter of like 12 hours.
So the beauty behind this weight loss challenge is Max's big thing is he's getting an air fryer.
Yeah.
And that's up to interpretation.
And bagel bites?
And he's putting it right next to his desk. So his way that he's going to lose weight is by putting the food closer to him.
Yeah, that's
and
smart.
That will make him healthy.
That's really smart.
We also have 3 kitchens in this office.
Yeah. Max, I would like to say that I've done the same thing. Do you remember, Hank, when I got that mini fridge?
Yeah.
I was like, I'll put a mini fridge under my desk and I'll just load it up with cold cuts and that's what I'll eat. And what PFT just described is exactly what happened. I just ate more because I had a mini fridge and then I'd put other things in there, slices of pizza, everything.
Well, we do have a fridge over there as well that I'm going to get operational soon. So that's part of the plan. And I think it's a good plan. Don't tell me it's a bad plan.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad plan. I would like to not only be in, but I would like to be the financial backer of maybe healthy snacks. Maybe I put up the money. You guys, Zach, you go and get the healthy snacks every week because
it's not gonna work.
We also need a replenish of healthy snacks.
Hank, question.
Similar to your question to me, is there like something that happens if you guys gain 60 pounds?
Memes has an idea.
We got a couple suggestions. So if we don't do it, we have to put 65 pounds on till the Super Bowl. That's one option.
You have to intentionally get fat.
Wait, what's the time limit that we have to lose
I said
Christmas.
One thing that was talked around is that you just have to get a tattoo on your body that says fat.
Oh.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Crop top.
I already have the tattoo.
This plan that Max has...
It just says fat.
It's called my 2 tits.
Yes. Well, yeah.
The plan that Max has is like, I'm spending too much money on booze. I'm drinking too much. Tell you what, I'm just gonna get.
I'm not cutting out booze.
We're just gonna have a keg instead. That's gonna make it better.
What if it's 60 pounds between the 4 of us? That's doable. 15 each.
Well, that would be for sure.
I think we need to set a realistic.
Hank is always trying to yuck everyone's yum.
Yeah, you are.
Look at that. That was a yuck face that you just gave.
Shirt.
Yeah. He's a hater today, but Max, you're yucking your own yum by taking away all the things that you like to eat.
I'm gonna make healthier versions of the things I like to eat. That's what I keep saying. There's ways to do it. I follow so many TikTok accounts of people that make healthier versions
Oh,
of
wow.
foods.
Okay, so you're there.
So
You're basically a nutritionist.
basically, yes. No, I'm the recipes that we're about to rip out this fall is going to be crazy.
Max,
Oh, shake your fucking head.
You two are both the kings of like, all right, we're gonna. I've seen you both.
It's
in
called
these-
being
in healthy-
fat, Hank.
No, I know.
Literally do you know how many times?
But you guys eat healthy, you get healthy food, and then we have like pizza and stuff, and you're like, yeah, I'll just have a slice. Like, yeah, and then I'll have
I did
another
that on
slice.
Sunday.
Hank,
It's gonna happen the entire season.
listen, do you know how many times in my life, and Max, I know you feel the exact same way. In my life, on a Sunday night, I have had the conversation with myself. This is when it all starts. This is when I'm changing it. I eat like so much food, and then I'm just like, yup, tomorrow's a new day. That conversation is probably the most conversations I've had in my own head in my entire life.
Can I just fast forward to like a month from now? What's going to happen? It's pretty obvious.
All right, Hank.
You guys are all on board right now. I'm rooting for you guys. I hope you guys lose all the weight. Big Cat's getting involved, and he's like, yeah, I want to lose weight with you. Big Cat is going to try to do something to tempt everybody at some point to make them strong. Maybe put a bunch of like Ben and Jerry's ice cream in the freezer and be like, I've got a GoPro on this.
Have an ice cream machine in the office already.
Yeah, to see who's going to eat it, and then he's going to try to catch you guys to be like, you're not living up to your end of the bargain, and then everyone's going to get mad at each other, and then you're just going to gain weight.
Incorrect. This is actually going to go the opposite of what you just said.
I would love that.
And a month from now, and I haven't lost any weight, I'm actually going to go to the needle and do Ozempic. So that
Maybe
you're saying Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. I'm saying I'm just gonna up it up. I'm just gonna step it up one notch.
I was gonna say if I'm involved in this, I am not going to change anything about my life, and then like 2 weeks before the deadline, starve myself. That's most likely what's going to happen.
I like Max just being like, it's not going to work, so then I'm going to get on junk. I'm going to start shooting.
Yeah,
up.
no. Yes.
Also, whenever we need a PMTV during the season, Max and I have verbal agreement. We're going to try to do a 72-hour fast. We're going to see if our brains become superpower brains.
Jerry was telling me about another one that I love.
Watermelon diet?
Yes.
I heard that.
I like that.
No way
one.
that works.
I'm in. I'm
Jerry?
in. You can eat as much watermelon as you want for 3 days, but it's a fast.
Which Jerry?
Jerry's a dietitian.
Are we talking about Jersey
Jerry?
Jersey Jerry.
Watermelon fast. Nutritionists
if it
in
was
the
Jerry
comments.
O'Connell, I would buy it. Like,
yeah, that's the wrong Jerry.
72-hour fast is going to rock, Max. I think we're going to have super brains.
I think I'm going to die.
I think I'm going to die too, but if we do it together, we can do it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but we can drink
coffee, black coffee,
and watermelon.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it?
not watermelon. You can't
Come on,
eat
the watermelon is I'd fucking
watermelon
hate.
have
I would
sugar?
never.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that healthy sugar.
Yeah.
The Jersey Jerry diet just fast, and you can only suck toes.
All right, well, we'll talk. We'll convert. I would like to financially help out the because I eat so many of the bad snacks here. I would like to have an option of good snacks. Maybe I'll get us some jerky every week too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, TJ put us on some Quest chips.
Yeah, I got the Paulina Meat Market. Shout out my guys there. The best jerky in Chicago. I'll bring in like a pound every week.
Love that.
It will be awesome.
But hey, stop laughing, PFT.
I mean,
I see you laughing.
It's obvious what's going to happen. The jerky is going to be a supplemental snack.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be
also
like
very salty.
Yeah, and it's delicious. I'm sure it's great. I'm going to eat some.
String
But
cheese
No,
for
you're
sure.
not allowed to.
Let's not act like we're just going to be doing like keto every day.
I don't know if string cheese.
String cheese is good.
Protein.
We're falling apart here.
No, string cheese is good.
We just need a caloric deficit. Also,
yeah.
Official weigh-ins are every Tuesday, so nothing.
Yep. You
whatever that
get
number
one grace
says,
day from the weekend.
If you guys pull this off, Hank,
Also-
Hank should quit golf.
No, I'm not. I'm continuing to drink alcohol. I'm just
Okay.
putting that out there.
All right, I'm
Same.
gonna continue not to.
Ice cream.
But I am- yes.
you continue ice cream. I
Yes,
continue
correct.
booze.
You just got to be light on Tuesday mornings.
Okay,
Might start
that's
drinking
easy.
more alcohol. my football resolution. I've been off beer for a while. I think I might get back into beer, guys.
To keep things honest, we were not even 48 hours in, and we thought the healthy guy move.
Max was drinking ice cream at 10 o'clock this morning.
I had one sip. I had one sip. Chaps here does an ice cream coffee every morning, and he was like, "You got to try this." So I had a sip out of respect.
Out of respect.
Come on.
Are you not going to eat? I mean, we got to get wings tonight.
Wait.
No. I'm
kick
not.
off, yeah,
I'm not.
agreed.
I'm not eating.
Obviously.
I'm not
Obviously,
eating the
yeah.
wings tonight.
I've been like looking forward all day to my wings.
If you don't eat wings, like if your team was playing tonight and you didn't eat wings before the game, you're jinxing them, right?
Right.
That's bad luck.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you eat a salad before week 1 of your team banner night, that is probably the biggest loser move of all time.
You're spitting in the face.
Healthy wings
You're
tonight.
spitting in the face of football.
Homemade healthy wings.
I'm gonna have to make my own homemade healthy wings.
Bagel bites. Let's do some bagel.
I think Max's healthy recipe thing is just everything that calls for sour cream. Use Greek yogurt.
That's true. It's great.
Yeah.
Great replacement. I already bought Greek yogurt. It's in the fridge back here.
Oh, love that. Love that. Okay, good show, boys. Football's back. Reminder: we're releasing the YouTube early, 5 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central. Next time you hear us, it will be Boomers numbers 3.
Gotcha.
I just thought about what PFT said. Since I've started this diet, every meal I've had has had Greek yogurt in it.
Yeah.
Every
It's
single
super
one.
fun.
I made tzatziki, and then last night I made a
great source of protein.
a burrito bowl, but I use Greek yogurt instead of sour
Yeah, it is a good diet hack.
Memes, you got beat there.
We'll go 89, Jericho Cotchery.
22.
I'll go. What Super Bowl are we at?
I'll go
60?
76.
Is this Super Bowl 60?
Max, what Super Bowl did you just win?
Is it 60?
I think it's 60.
No.
You don't know what Super Bowl you just won?
No, it was 56.
Oh, so 57? What else you guys got?
57.
It's looking like this year's maybe
No,
the
you won
59th.
57.
59th. Okay. Yeah.
We won 57?
No, you won 58.
No.
He's not locked in.
Not a math guy.
What Super Bowl is this Super Bowl?
I'm so
Oh, yeah, it
off.
is 59.
59. All right, I'm going to go with 59.
58, 56.
I was
is the
close
same
to
number.
60. All right.
56.
8. 99. Pug. 19.
Show me 3.
What was your number, Hank?
22.
What was your number, Memes?
89, Jericho Cotchery.
I got a good feeling about memes today.
57. Damn.
wow.
Zach was so close to back-to-back.
Damn.
Zach went 56.
We should have just rode with my 56 call.
Oh.
Back to back would have been sick.
Oh,
Would have been awesome.
man. That was so close.
Love you guys.
That happens more than you think.
Love you, football.
Coincident numbers. Max had 56 and then 57.
Love
Oldie
you.
wore 88 that one time.
Love you guys.